We talking about fiction, we talking about fact. We talking about fiction on the part of my back.
All right, we rolling. I hope y'all just come back.
We rolling.
Ask me if we rolling.
We back.
I've been on my Esther Knack, Des.
Ooh, what's up?
I've been on my Griselda shit still.
Is that the new artist I got, Esther Mack?
Yeah.
I ain't hit. It's a chick.
Nah, it's a Mexican nigga from he from the same city as DJ Vicious and shit.
And you're out already.
Take your word on
You
it.
from Delaware?
Oh yeah, it's definitely not. It's not for none of
You
y'all.
from Delaware?
Lynn, Massachusetts.
No, Massachusetts. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't hit.
He's just a wild Puerto Rican nigga saying wild shit. I fuck with it though.
You ain't fuck with it?
Absolutely not.
Nah, hell no. I know. It ain't.
Never wanted to come across one. Some shit like, listen, like, y'all know how I am. Some shit I don't want at all
Why?
to gain any access to me. Like,
They gotta earn it. They gotta earn it with you.
yeah, I don't think there's no wrong with that.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong.
Nah, ain't nothing wrong with it.
No wrong with that. And I do.
At this point, 5 years in, man, I know what y'all niggas gonna like and what y'all don't like.
No, that ain't true. You assume.
I feel like you have a good gist of what, like, if you know, if it's melody, he knows I'm probably gonna like it. That's why I don't like the Dirk album. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to it because it's crazy. I've been in the car long enough this weekend to put the album on, and I couldn't force myself. Like, I tried. Like, I said it in my head, like, I'm about to put the album on.
Not me.
And I didn't do it.
Yeah, what I tell you? Des, I said, we're recording. Watch a nigga ask you 5 minutes later. We recording.
Play on motherfucking Lil Durk, I tell you that.
I mean, Lil Durk's album was phenomenal. The last album. I mean, it was.
I skimmed through it the other day.
It was phenomenal.
I skimmed through this album the other day. I really wasn't. Just off listening, it wasn't really.
Well, hold the thoughts.
I like all my
We'll
life.
give it a breakdown.
Of course you do.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's a cold record.
we are back. I know it's been a minute since y'all seen us. It feel like, real talk, it feel like it's been 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. Like, am I bugging?
Nah, it do
Well,
feel like
because it's automatically two. Right,
It's
so
automatically
it's
two,
automatically
right?
two because we record once a week, and if we skip a week, that's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, right? But it feels like we've been in limbo for about a month. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm glad to be back here with my brothers. We got a lot of shit we're gonna get to today. Again, welcome to an episode or to another episode. Damn, look how long it's been.
Nigga forgetting.
Can't get the intro right. Welcome to another episode of What We Talk About podcast. I am CEO, the veteran, perfect motherfucking attendance.
Here,
1/3 of a few things.
Trav, get on your shit. Get on your job, my nigga.
1/3 of the rollout boys.
Roll out.
I see the rollout commencing slightly.
From who?
I see a little bit. I see the promo. Hey, listen. I peeped the story.
Whose story?
Yours. I seen it. Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. My little grass promo rollout.
Oh, yeah. So I want to talk about that.
Number.
Yeah.
You talking about today? That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, today.
But the grass rollout did numbers.
Listen, they all say the
This nigga
purpose.
said, I'm killing my neighbor's son. Fuck out of
I mean,
here.
I'm clear. Y'all seen it.
I was cracking up. That was funny.
But not to be confused with 1/3 of the toxic boys.
Toxic.
Ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, I am a member of the Ohio fucking Daddies. What's
Goody.
Who else in the building, man?
It's your boy Chad Dave. No longer
Outside.
Mr. Outside.
Mr.
I ain't outside. Shit. But shit. You can catch me at ML Lounge though.
Be outside.
Come out there and hear these records.
In the lounge at Dallas.
Yeah, you got a
Dallas
strong
is
vote.
mine,
Right.
B. Dallas is mine, B.
Man, nigga, you be in those spots.
I'll be at HQ in a minute too.
Look at him.
Corner of the market.
Word.
Hey, yeah. Small black business tribe got it on lock. What it gonna be?
Small black business. I like it. Small black business.
SBB.
Listen, Mixie Beverly ain't got nothing on gold chain
Right.
trash.
SBB.
SBB old boy.
You know everybody got letters now in front of their name.
SBB, yeah. Did the chain pop up with SBB or
SBB old boy.
Absolutely. Hey, what he called John Morant? NBA dumb boy. That shit was funny.
They got a record referencing John Morant. Nardo Wicken. I'm gonna let y'all hear it in a minute, but go ahead, Travis.
Nah, that's it. That's all, man. I'm here, man. Ready to paw.
Who else in the building, man?
What's going on, man? Des Barnes, I'm in the building, man. I'm on my just chilling, man.
Yeah, he's still the DZ too. Like, don't
To the DZ.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, a lot of shirtless joints. We still roll out.
He's still in his D'Angelo. hey, that nigga JJ said, nigga, ain't you giving the lusty eyes? I was crying.
I mean, not bro. Like, you know, shit, I've been working out, bro.
I got
feeling good, man.
I got notes on everybody right now.
Hey, bro, listen,
I'll
man.
put papers on all you niggas.
I lost a lot of weight, man. Feeling good. Abs coming in, you know what I mean?
Dropping the quotes.
That nigga look like poo for real, nigga.
Dropping the quotes and everything.
What? Oh, in the story?
He lined us up. Reese got us lined up.
Oh no, but just because I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? I want a different type of time, man. You know,
He that one me.
just trying, just on a different path right now.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man.
Indeed.
It's dope.
Got some things on my sleeve.
And of course, we got the superstar engineer, the Kid Blazes.
Indeed.
One half.
One half. Well, I mean, shit. Like it's been a while. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still the reigning
The
champ.
people might be done forgot, but don't you worry. Like we coming back this week. What's up with y'all, man? It's been a minute. You know what I mean? Like Blaze said, it's only been 2 weeks, but it definitely feel like we've been out of commission for a minute. How y'all been? Like, what's been going on since we last sat down?
Before we get into updates,
Go ahead.
we're gonna talk about niggas didn't want to record last week.
I don't know what happened. Like, oh no, Des went to the 85 South show.
Yeah, Des had it, but I think you know what? We can't even speak on it because I think it was some stuff that was supposed to happen that was.
Oh yeah. We was gonna try to throw
that's
something
really what
together.
it was.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Y'all,
How was the 85 South show, Des?
It was I took notes, man, and honestly, I feel like what we do as a live show, for us to just be 4 local guys, we don't have no budget behind us and nothing like that. Like, I feel like what we do is phenomenal, bro. Like, watching the 85 South show, for them to be like 3, I in my eyes, they,
comedians.
like
Absolutely established.
personalities.
yeah, man, like the doing live shows is hard, bro.
Extremely.
Doing live and keeping people engaged for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, like that shit is extremely tough.
Without records.
Yeah.
Without,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
without a snare.
so just, I had a good time, but like, as time was going on, it's kind of like, I think like what we do as a live show, it makes perfect sense. Because like after a while, you gotta be able to keep the audience engaged.
Gotcha.
And when you can't have people sitting down for like an hour and a half, 2 hours and just listening to you just talk. You gotta be able to break it up. You gotta get them engaged somehow. So I think like what we do is perfect, like how we kind of get them engaged, and then I feel like right when we get to that boiling point, how we cut it off, and then we get into the music and we do the verses or whatever we're gonna do. It's like, it's like we bring another element, but we keep them engaged.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's extremely important. Like getting to see that showed me that we are on the right track, and it's time for another live show.
For sure, I agree.
But it was cool. But also too, it's like I was surprised on like how many people they had a good turnout, but like the hood was out, and I was kind of surprised on that.
They got a huge hood following.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like they damn near like hood comedians.
Yeah, because you got DC Young Fly, Carlos Milchick. Yeah, they all kind of like hood comedians, so it makes sense.
Yeah, because I don't think the hood niggas is watching Wild 'N Out like that.
Nah, but I mean, they
not, though. Niggas love Wild 'N Out.
Yeah,
Do they?
but also to the 85 South show, it's on
I ain't got
YouTube.
cable. I don't know.
Season 26.
But they also do video for the 85 South show.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've been doing it for years. Yeah.
And see, I it's still difficult for me.
But also
to
to
get
the
video.
their thing is they bring in guests. You feel me? So they have like a lot of rappers come through. And shit
Is that the one where Ross left early?
Yeah.
He said he had to go piss and he just bounced.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
their show is probably its biggest on YouTube. That's probably their biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That
So
You watch it?
I used to. I don't watch it as much anymore. So I used to be
Is it a good show?
Yeah, and the freestyles be super
Yeah,
fire.
but also too, I salute them because it's like they're improv for almost 2 hours, bro.
They're super talented and gifted at their.
You feel me, Trav? Like it's no script. They improv for 2 hours, bro.
I mean, they be running laps around niggas on Wildin' Out. Like they are the core of Wildin' Out. Is
so they just be
DC,
be
Chico.
looking at the crowd. You know what I mean? And then it's three. You gotta think it's 3 mics, 3 different individuals, and they do a good job of being able to like play off each other. You know what I'm saying? So like DC Young Fly might say something, and then Carlos Miller add to it, and then Chico Bean, then they'll turn it into a song real quick, and then you feel me? They looking at the crowd, they crack a nigga on the crowd, and they all 3 start cracking. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's just like
they got a producer on their show. Like all he does is play beats. That's his job. Like he don't ever speak on the show. He just plays beats.
Yeah, they also got a live band too. So they come to live band. Come to live band.
That's dope.
They got they do got a DJ, and but they also too they opened up the show with 2 comedians. So Nav Green, Nav Green is hilarious, bro. I
Nav
love
Green is fucking.
That's my nigga.
I ain't familiar.
Yeah, Nav Green. And then they got the one dude with the Nike chicken, Ghetto Mafia.
I never seen him.
Yeah, he a comedian too. He like
Nav Green though is like a gym.
So yeah, so that's how they started off. So they got the DJ. He hyped the crowd up. They bring out 2 different comedians that do like a quick set, and then they bring them.
What's the overall like time frame? Oh yeah, he's super funny.
Yeah, Nav Green, that nigga's hilarious, bro.
I like.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like the show overall is it's like a 2-hour show.
2-hour show.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Yeah, because the comedian sets don't be that long. The comedian they probably come up there do like a 10-15 minute set a piece.
What's the ticket prices looking like?
I paid like 50.
They running it up.
But it's that merch table that's where it's at.
Yeah.
But also too, whoever do their merch do a good job.
They always got some dope shit. I love how they incorporate their Leonard Braves
logo and shit. Yeah, so
super dope.
I
I would imagine they had to get clearance on that, like, because that type of merch could definitely get you sued for copyright.
Absolutely. So, but it was good to be watch a live show as a fan, and I took notes, and I was just like, okay, all right, I see what they did.
Did they bring the ladies out?
Yeah, they was out.
It was out. Ladies like hearing guys talk, man. They come out. Ladies come out to podcasts. Like,
there were a lot of aunties in the building.
It was a mixture, bro.
It was a mixture.
It was like,
hey, auntie.
I mean, honestly, I was surprised that as many people came. Like, not saying that they didn't have a big fan base, but just Columbus, we fickle. Like, we a fickle city, like for shit like that.
Because I heard not that many people came out to see Drewski.
Yeah, I was going to ask y'all.
But where was that at?
I think it was at the Palace.
It was at the Palace?
It was at the shop.
I thought it was a hot theater. Maybe
he was at a big venue.
He was at a big venue. He was at a big venue.
Oh, maybe so.
He was at a big venue.
He wasn't nationwide.
I believe he was. I seen it on Ticketmaster. It might have been nationwide.
Let me ask, because Kent had a little moment where he was singing on the Could Have Been Records. He was a part of the show.
Okay.
But also too, I think the reason why is like also too, you got to think before Drewski got here, he had so many shows, so a lot of people got to see like what the show was going to be like, and I don't think
his shit is like a variety show.
Yeah, but I don't think what I mean. I think people wanted like kind of a comedy show, and then when they seen that, I think that might kind of steer people away. I don't know.
He's bringing out like the top local artists, because I mean that's part of the theme is the joke that it could have been records and all that shit. So he's bringing out local niggas and he's making them do like promo to make it look like it's organic.
Right.
You know what I mean, listen, I ain't mad at.
Drewski. And then certain cities able to bring out actual rappers. You know what I'm saying? So
he running it up. Drewski is everywhere now. I just seen a movie with him in it on. I want to say Peacock. Yeah,
he was at the Palace.
He was at the Palace.
At the Palace.
But yeah, so salute to him. Salute to all them guys.
Man, bro, but being in the Palace, I was just like, damn, this is an old ass theater.
Yeah,
like Chico Bean was like, hey, this is the same spot that Abraham Lincoln got shot in.
Nigga, that's
their aesthetics.
And then they got the old ass like Def Comedy Gym booths. Like
Lincoln is like that. A lot of them spots be like that. Even that spot in New York that. A legendary spot, not the Apollo.
SOBs?
It's another spot in New York that be like that. I don't know the name offhand, but a lot of them theaters be like that. You know what I mean? I think that it's just...
Well, but also, too, Apollo, it's like a historical landmark.
And what else been going on, man? Like, I don't know, last week my son had prom. That was a crazy moment. I'm so glad that shit is behind me, man. Like this.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Is the car a big part of the whole presentation now?
Look, the car almost got my son killed. Like, I was ready to...
You want to fade?
wanted to fade immediately. Like I ain't listen. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all. So
Talk about it.
First off, the little nigga sent me about 9 cars, right? Sent all of them, like, and this is what these new little young niggas do now. We old school. Yeah. When we think rental car, we thinking Thrifty, Hertz. Just right. Yeah. He sent me like 15 links to Turo, where you can go.
I'm not familiar.
It's basically you're renting from the owner.
Okay.
What I mean? It's big. Yeah. Everything is that type of
like Airbnb. It's an Airbnb for
Airbnb, all that shit. You know what I mean? So when he sent it to me, I'm like, what you want me to do with this, Dre? Like, you sending me these cars? What is this? You know what I mean? Like, so he like, this is the car that I want. This you can just rent it from them. He's spitting it to me as if he just knows it's just that simple. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? So we started clashing.
Like you call him like, yo,
you know what I mean? Like we started clashing first off because I didn't really care for some of the cars he was sending me. He and again, I know it's his moment, his event, but I'm like,
I mean, what do you mean? Like
he sent me a couple Teslas. You know what I mean? But they was like the Y model, like the kind that's almost like a hatchback. I'm like, this is weak. You know what I mean? Like,
I got you.
And the ticket on it is dumb. You know what I mean? Like, why would we do that when we can go do this?
Without you getting into too many specifics, like, for a Tesla, like, what's the ticket? Roundabout.
Well, the way that Turo does it, which is another reason why I was ready to run Dre's fade, is that they don't even let you rent. Like, you can say you want to keep, you only can keep it for a day, but they're making you pay for 2 days. So I was putting in my time frame that I wanted to do. Say I wanted to pick it up at 1 o'clock on Wednesday, bring it back at 1 o'clock on Thursday. Yeah, 24 hours, right? 1 day rental. They won't even let you do that. Like, you gotta book it till 1:30 the next day, and once you do that half an hour over, it's a whole nother day. So I told Dre, like, it's already charging us for 2 days, and we ain't even got taxes and all the other little hidden fees, none of that shit. It was already like at $450. Like, this ain't looking good for you. But you, my son, I love you. This is senior year. I want to try to make sure everything that you want to do comes to life. You know what I mean? So I go through the process, get all the way through to the end. I'm putting my card information in, and then the screen pops up, says, all right, now we got to see if you're approved. I'm like, approved for what? Like,
it's like an Airbnb. They got to make sure they like
got to vet you. You know what I mean? So I told Dre, he like, yeah, but on this one right here, you ain't got to do that. So now I'm like, stop texting me. Come to the house. Like, we got to hit. You know what I mean? Like, you getting on my nerves. So I done scrapped Turo, right? Now I'm telling them, let me handle this. Like, I'm going to have you looking right. Like, I ain't that old, Dre. Trust me. What I do, it's going to look good for you.
So I'm guessing the Keith program is over. Huh? The Keith program ain't still in effect?
My mom asked me about it, but I didn't feel comfortable. Like, that's like when Keith did that, Keith made sure, like, he came to me like, Reese, this is what you going to do. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, I love Keith to death, but we ain't in contact daily like that. I didn't want to just pop up out the blue like, I need this. Right. You know, so I send Dre a Benz, a Caddy. All these is, mind you, all 2023s. Mm-hmm. And then I sent them, the last one was the Porsche truck. So I'm going to give you this story. Forget the Benz and the Caddy. He was like, yeah, no, I ain't feeling that. So I'm already boiling. I'm steaming already.
Might as well send them a camera. Yeah.
You could take your fucking Chevy Cruze, my nigga, at this point. So I sent them the Porsche, right? Yeah. You know how most rental companies got stock photos, right? Yeah. I sent them the Porsche of the stock photo that was on their website. It was like a brownish looking one. He responded to me like, that ain't gonna match my suit. Nigga, I almost broke my phone. Listen, at that point, I stopped texting. I got on the phone immediately like, what the fuck do you mean it ain't gonna match your suit? I did that. My son, like, I still got the text. Yeah. He said it don't match my suit. Y'all don't understand how livid and how pissed I was. I hung up on him and was done talking to him. He went to my mom because, like, my mom babies him and Christian so much. Yeah. My mom tells me, like, Reese, like, Dre told me that he think that you mad at him. And I'm like, it ain't no thought I am. Like, I ain't fucking with him. Like,
absolutely.
If he gonna do something, it's gonna be on y'all. Like, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? I done did my part. I'm done with it. She like, well, don't be like that. You know, this big year and all that. So, swallow my pride. I end up booking the Porsche. You know, I get it from the airport. I get it from Hertz. He don't even know at this point. It's prom day. Yeah. He's thinking I don't even know if I got a car. I'm taking a cruise.
Yeah.
You know, I pull up to the crib, tap the horn, call him like, come outside, get outside. He see the Porsche, and he start grinning ear to ear like, oh, this is crazy. I'm like, yeah, shut your ass up. You know, I was all concerned about if it was going to look right and all this shit. But, you know, it turned out good. We did the vigilante. I took him to my job. We did a photo shoot for him and all that.
Yeah, that shit look fire.
I see that's what all the kids is doing. You know what I mean? And it was already an issue with his date. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure that we sent them off the right way. I had a great time with it. You know what I mean? Like, I hate the high expectations that all these kids got. Like,
the car is just as important as the suit now.
Yeah, and
Social media, bro.
social media is a motherfucker. You know what I mean? My youngest, you know, I can only imagine what it's going to be when I get to that point with them. And
Yeah,
even
you're gonna need an airplane.
I was saying on your helicopter or something like.
nuts, man. But it was a good time, man. You know, he ain't stopped talking about it. Like I said, it's been a week. The pics I just got back, I ain't even went through all of them yet. I'm gonna send them out to y'all. But great time. You know what I mean? I was glad to be able to do it. You know what I mean? But the shit is just too much. It's a big ass promo. It's a big ass commercial.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you say to your kid? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want your kid to be the only one that's
Left
not
out, right?
taking part in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as a parent, we gonna always swallow our pride and be like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm still, you know, getting shit together for because now we got graduation and then the grad party right after that. You know what I mean? So it's like, and these kids, like, they don't even understand like the depths of the shit that you're going through just to make. Huh?
Yeah, I know it was for that type of party. Tell that nigga send me a playlist.
Oh no, no, you ain't got to worry
I
about
think
it.
I spent like $2,500, maybe $3,000 on Jamal's graduation party.
It's nuts, bro. It's nuts. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just, I guess it's a reflection of, you know, you feel good about it because you're able to do it. You're able to execute it. But then you also be thinking like, damn, like this is, it's a slight waste, but
Oh, it's a big waste.
it's like, what do you do? You know, it's your kids.
Yeah, prom is a big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't have a senior prom. Like I didn't go to the prom. I didn't do none of that shit.
Oh, you ain't go either?
I didn't do none of that shit, and mainly because I was still new to the city. I didn't really know nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like whatever. But you know, if it ever came to that situation, you know what I'm saying, with the girls, I'm definitely going all out. Like Brooke didn't really care, but I'm sure the girls will.
Yeah.
Like for
Forget the girls.
Skylar just had like her 5th grade graduation, which I didn't even know was a fucking thing. You know what I'm
You gotta do
saying?
a celebration now.
So, bro, we had to decorate the car. First, we had to drive past, beep the horn in the car for the kids to be out there. Then we had to go into the building. They had a damn
clap out.
got clap out, bro. Like then we all had to go outside and get in the tunnel, and the kids walked through. Yeah, it was a
They
big
ain't
deal,
doing
man.
going to middle school.
Like that's it. That's all. Like you know what I'm saying. So
School is not over. Like,
yeah, man. So that was.
it's that time though. Like, how y'all feel about it? You know, since we speaking on it, like, how do y'all feel about the whole hype around, you know, the experiences that's being given to the kids? Like, do y'all agree with it? Are y'all? Of course, we okay with it, but like, do you like where it's going? Like, cause it takes away. Like, I was ready to fight with my son, like, cause of his mentality or the shit that he thought was important.
Because there's a lot of parents that don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the scary part, because you robbing Peter to pay Paul. You might, you know what I'm saying? Just because, like you said, Reese, you don't want your kid to feel left out.
Right.
So you going, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta go broke trying to.
You might have to turn it to Stoney from what's your name? You know what I'm saying?
I need it.
I need the money, Nate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to make sure your kid cool. Like, but I wonder, is that I was gonna say, is that the difference between like city schools and like Hilliard and them type of schools?
Out of control everywhere.
But you know what I'm saying. But shit, in Hilliard, then you dealing with the white kids that got
Anywhere
rich
that
parents.
Instagram tribe is going to be a thing.
Anywhere Instagram,
TikTok,
Anywhere
like
Instagram.
you gotta think, you constantly see these images, and you know, so
Seemed like I remember like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I started seeing the over the top prom shit, and it was like coming from a lot of Philly kids, you know, and their parents.
I thought it was Atlanta. That's where like it really started. where I start seeing a lot of it.
Yeah, maybe so. You know what I mean? That's just niggas, you know what we do. You know, we get a piece of bread or we super over the top with everything, you know what I mean? And that's part of the reason why you love us, but part of the reason why you hate us and judge us. You know what I mean? It's like these niggas are so extra, but that's the makeup of who we are, you know what I mean? So it was a good time, you know what I mean? I'm glad that I was able to do it, you know, again, because my main thing is that I want to create memories because like we said in pre-show or maybe even off mic, you know, I graduated in 2000. Like, I got one picture. You know, I didn't go to, you know, and plus, the way that I was doing, I had 2 dates on the same prom night, so I was slightly creeping.
Jersey in the motherfucking rafters, you hear me?
Hey, it'll never come down.
Living legend, you hear me?
So I was slightly creeping, so I didn't do the whole reveal at a parent's crib and we take pictures and pin the corsage on. You know, that's traditional old school. Yeah. But kids ain't doing that. It's red carpets coming from the fucking front steps to the driveway and the fucking Maybach is
our age nowadays, nigga. So
and that's the thing too, though. Like it's just clear across the board. Like everything is just different. You know what I mean? And like I said, for me,
but you said the teachers is our age though, but that's the standard teacher age though. Like
it is.
I know, which is why
it's
we forever think that we're young.
That's the thing.
It's not the case, Trav.
We still think.
It's not a young teacher. It's not.
It's not. Like middle age.
They've been there for 17 years.
Yeah.
Teaching for a long ass
motherfucking career here. Like she's 10 years away from retiring.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, for me, like that was part of the reason that, or part of the train of thought that I had. I kept thinking back on my prom night. Like I got one picture, and this is a stock picture from the photographer at the prom.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like other than that. The only memories I got is what's still in my brain. You know what I mean? And
legendary.
You know what I mean? Thank God that shit went on social media.
Or your Forrest Gump, you can tell a story.
Social media would have buried you. You would have went super viral though.
Or you might have did it even grande.
Maybe. But
I don't think so.
Get jammed up, don't mention my name.
Please don't. But yeah, so that was that recap on that, man. What about y'all? Like, I don't want to stay there too long. Blaze, Trav, like, what's been up? How y'all been? It's been a minute.
Shit, you know. Besides Skylar shit, then, I mean, obviously we talked about it on Patreon.
Yeah, outside.
Three
back outside, boy.
3 gigs in one day is a lot, man.
How does one do that though? Like, give me a time frame on that. Like, how does that work out? Like,
so Saturday, all right, my homeboy hit me up. Shout out to Freddie. You know what I'm saying? He had a book release party.
Salute to Freddie. What up?
Yeah, and he hit me up. He was like, "Yo,
he used to be a rapper?
Yeah.
What group?
Honest? No, the other group.
Omni-Breed.
Nope, the other group. Streetcore. Yeah.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
He looks familiar.
Yeah. Super. He's the best dude, man. You know what I'm saying? He hit me up and he was like, "Yo, can you do this for me?" And I low-key forgot. You know what I'm saying? Then he reminded me like earlier in the week, like, "Yo, you still got?" I'm like, "Nigga, what?" I'm like, "What's the time, bro?" Like, because I already knew I had the other 2 gigs set up. He's like 2 to 6. I was like, I can do 2 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So I got to Adela's at 2 to 5, set up, rocked out. The other, then I had Libby's niece graduation party, which was what I was talking about, like spending for the 18-year-olds, and then she had her great grandparents there. You know what I'm saying? So like, nigga, I'm trying to play records, but you know what I'm saying? I can't play Pound Town, you know what I'm saying? And they wanted to hear Pound Town, the kids do. So it's like, yeah, your grandma. Nigga, I played one record. Libby's mom looked at me like, "Hey," I'm like, oh shit, you know?
Say, "Hey, man," like, what?
You know, I ain't want to disrespect the Christian woman, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, shit. So that went all right, you know what I'm saying?
But what was the time on that? I'm trying to just get your day.
So
like,
it was,
you get food and sleep or like.
Nah, bro. So I got a haircut I got a beard trim at 11. I had to be at Della's at 1:30. I stayed there till 5. Got some food at Adela's, but I couldn't eat there. I had to be at Libby's at 6. We left there at 6:30. We got to the venue set up. I started spending about 8. You know what I'm saying? There. and that was 8 till 10, and then from 10, you know what I'm saying, I had to pack up, and then I had to come downtown to ML Lounge, and you already know parking down there is a motherfucker, so.
Man, it's terrible.
It's the worst parking in the city.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So I had to drive around for a minute.
I paid to come check you out, Troy. I think I might have paid like $9 to park in that little parking lot.
Yep. I paid $9 last night. It was sick. And then by the time I got to ML, it was like 11:30, and I stayed till like 1:15.
It's a long day, boy.
Yeah, it's a hell of a day.
In the words of Reese, it's like, sell me. Every one of y'all. So, yeah, man.
That's dope, though. Booked and busy. Blaze, what's up with you?
Man, listen, business picking up. The business is going crazy.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, no, it's going crazy. I think I was on some national shit as far as my numbers. But yeah,
well, congratulations on that.
Yeah, business is doing what it's supposed to.
Booming.
And then my little broke best friend made a reappearance. And so, but he needs to be here, so I'm happy about that. So other than that,
Dope.
he at work right now. He'll be popping up in here. Hey, he's the connect. We're trying to be very clear.
100%.
Yeah, he's Foot Locker.
Say less.
Oh, pulling up.
Say
Marker.
like I have.
What you doing, boy?
I got a nice summer rotation still sitting on ice that I've been just acquiring. Like I really don't know why, because every time I get the motivation to step out and do something, I end up turning back around and being in the crib. Like I said, for me, I just really be needing anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes of a mix.
Yeah,
and
you better say that to me at Dez's party.
It's a fix. That's all I need. I just need
that's how I be feeling.
fix.
But I don't even. But it's also too. It's just like. I just don't be wanting to go a lot of places because it's just a lot of people I don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? So, like, and I
Imagine being on that list of people Des don't want to see.
Yeah,
you an ill motherfucker.
Yeah.
So,
You got bad mojo, nigga. Des
I
don't
just be
want to see.
looking like, I don't want to be there. So I just don't, because I know it's going to just turn me down. So like, I just rather just not go.
Yeah,
And
I ain't been in none of the mixy places.
That's part of the reason why I only want to do 30, 45 minutes in there, because I don't even want to give it a chance to go sour.
Facts. And I'm just more on the small, intimate kickers these days. Like, I really don't want to be around all that. Cause, because it's just too many things that you really can't control.
But I think it's healthy too, just to get out the house. Like, I be finding myself like every week I can't just be in here chilling on the couch.
I be getting outside. But you know what? I be going outside. But
it ain't gotta be clubs.
Yeah, but that's what I've been doing. And I've been doing a lot of shit by myself lately. Bro.
That's the thing. Like, a lot of my niggas got girls now. You know what I mean? Like,
that's all I do.
I ain't got. I really don't be having people to kick it with, because niggas is in full-fledged relationships. So it's like you don't want to step on. You don't want to put no type of doubt into their partner's mind, thinking that what you and Reese, what y'all doing. I know how Reese people. So you don't never want that to even
Believe
be.
this or not, I have become the friend. I got told the other day, like,
Stay away from
my wife
I just been doing shit by but it ain't even like going to the club. Just like I just been doing shit I never thought I'd do, like going to eat by myself, going to like it's like.
I'll always go eat by myself.
Hell, absolutely.
I just been in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Really?
I just been moving by myself, man.
Any restaurant that got a dope bar, like I'll pull right up and eat at the bar. Yeah,
I definitely do that.
I love going to J. Alexander's. Like, send them crab cakes out here in the wedge.
I don't really like that.
I just get in, get out.
With it.
And I be trying to be in the crib.
I'm not there to eat steaks. Like, people be hyping, like, but I'm not the biggest steak.
It's kind of hood to me in there.
I ain't a big. Yeah, I don't really fuck with steak like that either.
Steak ain't my thing. Like, people, I don't like the price point on steaks, and then it's just not.
Well, the steaks in steakhouses be weak as fuck. That's just the truth of the matter.
Right, I can throw that garlic butter on mine and make it much better.
Yeah, much better.
My tips just how I want them. And still medium rare on the inside.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting into that chef talk.
Yeah.
I'm getting into that chef talk.
I think that's your passion on the love, bro.
It is, real talk.
I really think it is, bro.
I love cooking.
Part of my real life.
I love cooking. I love cooking for people and all that. You know what I mean? Like, I think I learned that trait, or that just comes from being raised around women. And like my grandmother, she takes so much enjoyment out of cooking for a large group of people and sitting back and watching them eat it.
He made them burgers. He remember like the time he made them burgers. That nigga was like, yeah, it was just slapped open.
And shout out to my nigga Ern. Listen, he told me to throw this on the show, and I'm not doing it just because he told me I was going to do it regardless. So we didn't record last week. So I'm at my nigga. And matter of fact, we can get into this topic. Devin Haney fight. Mm-hmm. First off, Devin Haney, you're not ready for Tank or Shakur.
Not at all.
But
and you lost.
I'll give him a draw. He's a champ. You know what I mean? Like, you got to take the belts from the champ. But so we at Ern's crib. Me, Terry, Juan is over there. I know you know Juan. We over there chilling.
What?
Off another subject. Okay. Another time. But we over there chilling. We watching the fight. Great fight. Back and forth, Lomachenko. Ern is the main chef.
Was he?
Chefing everything up. And he kept telling like, Reese, wait till you taste this motherfucking macaroni and cheese. I'm in my mind because I've never had my niggas cooking.
So you think it's trash?
I'm already thinking in my mind like, my niggas like this gonna be real mediocre, real mid.
It's fire?
I cannot front. My nigga Ern got busy.
After Ern.
He made and he don't even notice. Like, I'm going now. This isn't his recipe. Shout out to Ash and her pops. He was over there with us too.
Okay.
OG.
Shout out to Ash.
But Ern, so he made a large tray of macaroni and cheese. Not no little one, like the kind that you serve a party with. Baked beans was killing. Turkey everything. Turkey glizzies. Turkey burgers.
No, thank you.
No, I was blind as well. Like, I did not see the light.
Yeah. The turkey glizzy was that?
The turkey glizzy. That was my first time ever having a turkey glizzy.
Oh, what a turkey glizzy.
Phenomenal.
Not the goblin over here.
First time ever. Listen, I cannot front.
Not the goblin over here. Go inside of the turkey.
So, and that's what's dope about, my nigga Ern and even Walt. You know, they always, not always, but for the longest now, they've been on, eating clean and eating different. I'm the one, me and Terry eat like carnivores. You know, we eat a lot of the bullshit. And not necessarily bullshit, we just eat whatever.
I mean, Ern's in great shape too.
Yeah.
I mean, I fucking hate him in fantasy. He's my like a brother to me outside of that. But
yeah, so salute to my brother, man. It was super, super dope. The food was incredible. Like I said, he made everything. What I was highlighting was Ash's dad had gave Ern the recipe on cabbage on the grill. My next event, I will throw some cabbage on the grill.
So it's funny you said that. I was talking to Trav about Trav kind of brought this to me. I mean, if the people want it, I'm with it. They want it. Niggas want to do what we talking about barbecue here.
We might need to.
I'm with it.
We might need to.
I'm gonna overthink it.
We gotta vet the guest list, but might need to.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
We gotta have something nice to look at, right?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't allow it to be done without.
You don't want nobody clashing and bumping heads, and it would be a lot of that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let y'all handle that.
Sounds like you problem.
Good problem to have. But, so let's get into the fight, though. Did y'all see the fight?
We ain't let this. I know it's taking a long time, but we ain't let this let us know where he at.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought he kind of led from the 85 South show and all that going on, but yeah, please feel free.
Oh no, I mean, it ain't really that major, man. I've been chilling, working out. You know what I mean?
So he's popping the top. Talk about it.
Making on
Looking
Facebook.
good,
Nigga. He got grannies over there liking his pics.
You looking good, and I'm not gonna front. Like I do envy you guys, because Des, I can tell that you super disciplined with the working out, and that's my biggest flaw when it comes.
The way
to
you gain and lose weight,
I've never he lose weight. So
nigga.
quick,
I'm jealous, nigga. Like,
something's going on.
yeah, this nigga definitely over
Because I
there.
feel like Dad's worked out for 6 days. And
He over there. Son, nigga, because ain't no way.
And he got definition, pause. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking
Nah,
at this, but
dead
I'm
ass,
like,
like-
how the fuck does do that, man? Like, I sit
don't
next to
know,
this
man.
nigga every week.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But I ain't even like for real, like.
That nigga was my size.
Gummy bears, like, oh,
But y'all see how stop? Y'all see how stop?
Nigga was my size when we was recording at my crib.
Nah, I was big as fuck. Bro. I was probably at my head. Bro, at one point, I was 255, bro. That was like my heaviest, like year and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? But for real, it was a combination of things that happened, man. You know, I told y'all.
You got somebody meal prepping for you?
Nah, I don't, bro. I be going to Whole Foods all the time, bro.
It's so expensive.
I know it is, but it is expensive. But
$38 for 2 dinners.
man, this should be waxing, but I be seeing the results, so I can't stop. You know what I mean?
Cutting sugar though is a big thing.
That's the thing. That's the biggest thing, bro. Cutting the sugar,
And see,
not really eating after 8. You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
put sugar hardly in anything no more that I cook. You know what I mean? Now, I'm sure when I'm eating out fast food, there's a lot of sugar consumption and that shit. And I still every now and then I venture back to pop. I know that's a big.
That's what. Yeah. See, I
downfall
don't.
for me.
I haven't had no soda in forever.
See, once
bro.
you get a taste of pop, it's like, oh my god.
But you,
Gotta
but
do the do.
But see what you gotta do. What you gotta do to curb it, bro. I mean, I know it ain't the best, but like the sparkling water, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Minute Man got a zero sugar little fruit punch there.
Yeah, or
Fresh do too.
or if you really gotta do it, man, tap in with the zero sugar drinks, bro.
Zero sugar.
I mean, but the only thing about the zero sugar drinks is you gotta drink them cold because once they get hot, it's nasty as hell. So you gotta drink it cold.
Tastes like medicine.
But but yeah, so
I disagree with everything you guys say. That's all I drink. It's all I've been drinking for years.
So I just really just been doing that, man. And shout out to my man Mike. Like for the last couple months, we started like this men's health group.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I've been
So
seeing the message.
yeah,
Real inspiring.
yeah, man. So like well, on the workout tip, I had went to the doctor. Y'all know, last couple years I've been saying I had high blood pressure,
Right.
and then the last time I went to the doctor, they had put me on the pre-diabetic list. So that was like, all right, I really got to get on my shit. And then I got pressed by a person, and they was just like, nigga, you got like, you're not taking care of yourself. Like, you really got to start taking care of yourself. Like, you out here playing around. Like, I need you to get yourself together. So I'm like, all right, cool. You feel me? So that was like the motivation there. And then, I started, and then at first I really was, I was just doing what I was doing. And then like, people was like, damn, bro, you starting to get skinny. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at first I didn't really see it. I'm like, what you talking about?
They said it take like 30 days
to break a habit.
To break the habit. Then it takes about 60 days for you to notice it, and like 90 days for somebody else to notice.
So then it was just like, then I just looked up one day and it was just like, damn, all right. And then I went to go see my mom one day. My mom was like, I don't even know who I'm looking at right now. Like, who is this little dude? Like, I haven't seen you like this since like high school. You feel what I'm saying? And then it just, you just start getting the compliments, and then you just start looking at your stuff. You start like, I was like, okay, shit. Like, I'm starting to look good, feel good. But then also too, like, I can just tell how my body was feeling. Like, I wasn't feeling all like bogged down and bloated and all that type of shit. So I'm just like, all right, I don't want to go back to that feeling.
Oh, shit, I feel
I'm always feeling it.
Yeah, and that's because it's all that bullshit. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I just been going with that. But also too, it's just like it's been helping me just keeping my mental in check and shit like that. You know what I mean? It was just like a lot of changes happened like quick for me in these last couple months. You know what I'm saying? Good and bad. So I just been just trying to stay up with it. But like I said, my man Mike, he had started like this men's health group. Like, yeah, we've been doing it like 2 months now. So like when he started it, like, I didn't even hit him up like on some like shit. I seen him started it. I just commented on the oh, that's dope. And then he DM'd, like we both DM'd each other at the same time. He like, bro, like, you good? You got anything going on? And I kind of just, explained, some of the shit that I had going on. And he was like, bro, it would really be an honor if you like join this group with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's something that new that I'm building. I think you can, benefit from it, and I think you can really help me with it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, we talk to each other daily in there. We share all types of like, motivational speeches, scriptures, and everybody like, it's probably like the group started off with like 8 people. We probably got like 25 men in there now, and like.
That's fire.
Yeah, so it's just like, we just be just checking on each other's mental like every day, like seeing how you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. You know what I mean?
Man, holding each other accountable and being
a
shoulder.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We constantly praying. Yeah, we constantly praying for each other. Every Monday we do a actual live call where we get on the FaceTime and we all just be tapping in with each other. So I really, it's really dope, man, and it's really keeping me focused. You know what I'm saying? So. And that's just really what I've been on, man. And like you said, you've been seeing the closest shit. But it's just really, I got some other stuff that I'm really trying to do, and I'm just really on a different type of time, man. So I'm just really just trying to stay disciplined with it. And
protect your mentals, man. I love to hear it, man.
Super dope.
Love to hear it.
Let's get into a few things. So before we got into that, or before we was, recapping of how everybody has been, I mentioned Devin Haney and the Lomachenko fight that took place last weekend. Anybody did y'all see it? Y'all?
I've seen the highlights, but I didn't see the fight.
Y'all know I don't know shit about boxing.
Blaze, what's your thoughts on Devin Haney? You think he's is he one of them ones like that's the thing, like, I want to give a disclaimer, like I do think he's one of the ones, but you know, as we said when we was over here at your crib watching the Tank fight, like it's just a different class. And I think Tank is the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got the Shakur Stevensons and Devin Haney's, Lomachenko.
Would you put Devin Haney in the same category with Garcia?
Yeah, I think he can beat Garcia. I think Garcia's power might give him a problem. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. That's what's so different about Tank from all of them. Even though Tank is the smallest, he hits harder than all of them. He's more skilled. He's more polished, and he's more experienced. Like that, I think a lot of people take for granted the experience factor when it comes to being under them bright lights and having all them stars out there at your fight watching you, and they there to see you perform. Tank delivers.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? Where a lot of these guys, they're just not accustomed to that. You know what I mean? Like it takes a while to become a prize fighter. That's why I got so much respect for Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? I know people try to, he dunked people this or he did. I'm like, man, this nigga was 50-0, beat the most champions in boxing history, and he did it his way.
Well, I do feel like I do feel like Floyd ducked people, but I also feel like the Floyd era ruined boxing to a certain extent because you can't lose.
Yeah, everybody's super protective of that record. They try to keep that zero, which that's never really been a thing in boxing. Floyd is the one that marketed that zero.
Yeah.
You know, the same way 50 came in and put such an emphasis on the sound scan. You know what I mean? Like, you got some people that change the game. Like, it can be for better or for worse, but it's going to always be tied to them. That's part of their legacy.
Yeah, because Ali lost, Tyson lost.
You know, the losing is a part of the sport. Like, you in there trading blows in your face.
Only Floyd didn't lose.
Yeah, only Floyd.
That's it.
Only Floyd. Well, no, it was a couple niggas that didn't lose, but Floyd is the only one that we highlighted.
Yeah, that's how he marketed. Floyd marketed saying that he was the only undefeated boxer.
Right. I'm saying it's been people that's gotten to 50 and all they kept going. You know what I mean? And Floyd at some point would have got caught, but he was smart. He got out at the right time. I ain't mad at him. He was in his 40s when he retired, so he did what he was supposed to do. But still speaking on boxing, finally, we getting what we've been looking for. Bud Crawford, Errol Spence, July 29th, Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. This is the one. This is the Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather of this era. This is what the Sugar Ray, Marvin Hagler, or Tommy Hearns, any of those that you want to put, the Mike Tyson, Vander Holyfield fight, the fight that niggas been waiting on, been anticipating to see. This is the one. I like Bud Crawford a lot. You know what I mean? I know he's not as tested as Errol Spence because Errol Spence comes from the PBC, which has the biggest stable of the best fighters in the world. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough, but I like that rough and grittiness that Bud brings to the fight. You know what I mean? I think he's going to put a lot of pressure on Errol Spence. Again, I'm super excited about it. That's one of the ones I pitched it out there to my guys, and they all shot it down. So we need to get to Vegas. You know what I mean? This is one of the ones. But how y'all feeling about it? You know what I mean? Like I said, I love big fights because it's an event.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And the parties that's surrounding it, you get people gathering. And I think I just love gatherings, but that's one of the ones. Like, how y'all feeling about Bud and Errol Spence? Are y'all excited and anticipating it?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I hope it just live up to the hype. You know what I mean? I think. I mean, from the last fight, I mean, even though I didn't see it, I don't feel like people was disappointed. I just feel like people feel some type of way about the outcome. But I feel like
You talking about with Tank and
no, with Haney and
Devin Haney. Yeah, people were a little upset, like
at the outcome, but I don't think. But it don't sound like I didn't. Like I said, I didn't see the fight.
Yeah,
but
the fight was a good fight.
It sounded like it was a good fight, but people just hated the outcome. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I feel like, but I'm glad that these matches are happening because boxing need a facelift. You know what I mean? For so long, boxing been down, and people just been like, "Yo, it's over with." So hopefully this fight can live up. Hopefully this fight can live up to the hype, and I feel like it'll just keep. You know, I feel like it's important to the sport.
Yeah. Are like those two dudes that's boxing on 29th? Are they in the same weight classes that Tank?
Both no, Tank is lightweight. He's a class up under him. But you know, they jump anywhere. Like, Tank fights anywhere from 135 to 140. This fight that we just talked about just now, it's at 147. Tank technically probably could get up there, but that would be a stretch. Like,
he's at 130 right now, right?
Tank at 135, 140. getting up to 147 to fight those guys, like it would be tough because like his power. Tank is one of the ones I think his power would travel with him, but a lot of people that it's amazing what that 5 to 7 pounds means as far as your power going up into weight class or even coming down, like when they have to drain you to make weight. So
that's the part they boxers be saying. I don't understand. We almost die to make weight. Like we exit all the water from our body. Like that's the reason why they end up gaining 9 to 15 pounds in a 24-hour span.
And then sometimes, like what Tank did to Garcia,
terrible.
you put a clause in there saying you can't.
That's the first time I heard of that, Reese. On what Tank did to Garcia.
Well, I've heard of it before.
You can't, but
where they say you can't, like, because you know it's waterway, so a lot of it comes back overnight, or you just go pig out eating food after you done finally made weight. Now you can't do that because they done put a clause in saying now
you can only gain so many pounds.
You can't come in like so. Say the weight is 147, you have to weigh 147 or under. A lot of the times people's weight go back up after they make weight, and on fight night they may be in there 160 pounds.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean? But,
keep in mind the weigh-in is the day before.
right,
the fight.
the day before. Tank put a clause in there where I think he couldn't gain no more than like 6 or 7 pounds.
I think it was 9.
It was 9. So
Damn.
So he got weighed on fight day as well because of the clause.
And if
That's
you
insane.
if you do go over it, like the penalty could be, you know, like $1 million or $2 million from your purse, or you lose your title shot. Like the fight can still go on because we done sold this promotion, but regardless of the outcome, I'm still gonna be champ. Blah blah. Even if you win, you know what I mean. So it's a lot of shit with boxing. That's why they hate a lot of the governing bodies in boxing because there's so many of them with WBC, WBA, IBF, all that shit. There's so many people who got their hands in the pot. You know, so that's why boxing is the way that it is. But we still
Motherfuckers gonna watch a fight. That's one thing people gonna do.
Yeah,
White, black, whatever. They gonna
like fight brings people together. It's one of them universal things like music, sports. You know, fighting. It's just one of them things, and you would think, you know, with as gruesome as it is, that you know it would people would shy away from it, but no, it goes back to the days of the gladiator days. You know what I mean? People used to love that shit. Whatever.
That's the
slaves in there fighting lions and shit. You know what I mean?
That's wild. It's absolutely true, but wild as fuck.
Yeah.
I think that's. I mean, I don't know shit about boxing, but I keep seeing that promo everywhere, so I'm sure it's a big deal. So
yeah, this is the one. If you've never watched fights, like this is one of the ones where you like, nah, I need to.
I watched the Tank fight.
Yeah.
He hit that nigga with a goddamn rib shot, boy.
Yeah.
I said, God damn, that shit look like it hurt.
Yeah, for sure. Still in sports. Let's stay in sports, man. A legendary figure, you know, in our era. You know, he came up with the same age as us, Carmelo Anthony.
I think he was about to say Jim Brown.
Nah. He on the docket too. But Carmelo Anthony, the guy, Baltimore's finest, retired from the NBA last week. Again, like I said, we're going to be catching up on a lot of topics because we missed last week. But Carmelo Anthony, legendary. One of the best scorers we've ever seen in our life. At least that's how I feel.
Me too. I'm a Melo fan, man.
To sum up Melo's career for me, I think it's underrated. You know what I mean? Like I don't like the knot that was placed on him as far as him not being a two-way player. I don't think it's fair. Like it kind of started. Like I ain't gonna say it started with Melo, but like to my knowledge, which you know doesn't date back as far as some other people, but that kind of started the narrative of guys them classifying guys as only a scorer. You know what I mean? Like Melo took such a raw deal for that, and I always didn't believe that to be true. Like I never looked at Melo and said he was a slouch on defense, but I think the public assumption of him or the narrative out there was that he only plays on one end of the court. How do y'all feel about Melo, his legacy, his retirement from the league? Where do he stand? Now, I did have an interesting fact, and I think I shared this with Trav. This may have been a few weeks ago. The way things are set up, and Melo's not the only one, and I want to keep the focus on Melo, but I want to throw this out there. Melo, the organization of the Denver Nuggets, are they going to be able to retire? Well, we know, like, Joker is number 15, which is what Carmelo is known for. That's who he was in Denver. He was number 15. Carmelo did some things for Denver that had never been done. He put up a lot of buckets. He had a lot of accomplishments. But of course, you know, Joker is a 2-time MVP. Got them in the finals, which we will talk about that here shortly. Can Melo, can he go up into the rafters as a Denver Nugget? Or is he just going to strictly be a Knick? Is he even going up there as a Knick? Did he do enough in New York?
I mean, I feel like Denver definitely owes Melo that.
I think so. I agree.
I didn't think it was up for discussion.
I would think that he would go up in the Raptors in Denver before New York.
Yeah.
What he going as? Just as his name? Like we ain't gonna associate no number.
I feel like right now they wouldn't do the number.
Yeah, just have to
but I feel like Joker wouldn't have no problem with it. I feel like he would do it out of respect. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like right now, like he.
Out of respect, like I'm the 2-time MVP.
But
I got us in the finals.
That's you though. He's like Joker. We gonna say Joker he ain't.
I feel like if they was to approach him now, like we want to retire 15.
Maybe y'all talking about Joker currently right now. Imagine Joker 6 more years from now doing what. He's doing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, it ain't time. But unless they do Melo
but this is my thing though. I feel like down the road, I feel like if they retire 15, it would be Melo. I feel like they'll put both names. Yeah. I think that would be the right thing to do.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I think that would be the right thing to do.
That's what they're gonna do.
How y'all feel about Melo's career? Like, in the grand scheme of things, like, is his career, was it enough?
Melo is 1 pick away from the chip.
You talk about if he would have went to Detroit instead of Darko?
Mm-hmm.
See, I get when people say that, but I don't like doing that because we don't know how that plays out. Like, do the Detroit get who they get in free agency that summer? Like, do they...
A lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, it's a lot of moving pieces. But it's absolutely right. If Detroit picks him up, and if Detroit picks him up, he's on that Miami Heat team and Chris Bosh is not, you know, more likely. Like, because Melo dropped the ball. Like, I was watching something the other day where it was supposed to be Melo, Wade, and Bron as the big three in Miami. Yep. You know, but he signed an extra year on his deal. Right. And he couldn't get out. You know, Melo chased the bread. And I'm not mad at him. You know what I mean? But
that's what he did.
Melo would be a champion right now. And would we be looking at Melo different? Like, him as a champion versus who he is now. Is there any difference?
I hate that you define by a champion.
But that's what they play for.
Right. But, I mean, do we look at Karl Malone any different besides?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
We looked at John Stockton different?
Yes.
We look at Charles different?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What do you mean?
But they'll tell you that. Charles will tell you the heartbeat.
Still great.
Yeah.
You know
I mean, Melo's still great, right?
But you're not in that You're not in that room.
But he ain't in that room. He in that room.
It's tough.
What I don't like about Melo is we talked about it before we got
underrated?
Here.
Melo underrated?
I don't think so.
You think he's underrated?
Underrated?
I got Melo as a top.
I don't think he's underrated.
10.
I feel like he's unappreciated. I don't feel like he's underrated.
All right.
Top small forward of all time.
I feel like he's underappreciated, and I don't like how the tail end of his career went. I feel like he got a raw deal, and I feel like the NBA forced him out for real.
Lala got him a lot of points. It's neither here nor there.
I feel like the NBA kind of forced him out for real.
I agree somewhat with that. Dan's like, I think Melo.
I mean,
some of it was self-imposed.
It was,
you know what I mean?
because he didn't want to kind of like
to accept the role.
Yeah.
Like, everybody don't get this Bron treatment, and rightfully so. Like, Bron has earned that, even though Melo earned to an extent, but Bron's a champion, so you have to look at him different, and you have to approach it differently. Like, it's like, Melo, we gave you 15 years before we started bullshitting you around, and you didn't deliver what your talent expected you to do. So now we got another role for you, which is to be a role player. And Melo's mind was still, I'm still Melo. You know, like, nah.
Hoodie Melo.
Yeah. Like,
Ghastly.
He killed in the summer. Like, he fooled us let's keep it a buck. We was all fooled for 3 to 4 years.
That's
watching
trash,
Melo.
That's just so, I don't even blame Melo for that. I blame social media.
Social media?
Mm-hmm. Like, especially in
ruins
sports,
everything.
In sports, they put, I low-key been wanting to unfollow on Twitter, the ESPN Twitter page.
Why? What they do?
They just always gas every motherfucking thing. Like, And it's to the point where I'm like, this maybe not be for me. Maybe this is for kids.
I mean, but that is just the era that we live. It's just what we
Social
live
media
in. Social
runs
media,
the
like
culture, the world. You know what I mean?
we always got to find a story. We always got to find a
It's not about the
narrative.
move,
We
though.
always
It's like,
got to push
but
numbers.
the-
Like
The nigga lost by 50.
Also, the other one that I was talking about when I said it's another player that's in Melo's shoes, where you wondering what the organization's going to do with him, is Ray Allen in the Milwaukee Bucks. Famously, number 34, did a lot for Milwaukee, and you got the same scenario. Greek Freak, 2-time MVP.
feel like they're going to retire them both.
Yeah, they're going to be talking both.
If I'm Greek Freak and I'm Joker, like, their careers don't live up to mine. I'm 34 from Milwaukee.
Let me ask you this. Kevin Garnett ain't in the Raptors in Boston, right?
No.
Okay.
No, he is in Boston. He's not in Minnesota. And that's because of the beef. Man. It's because of the beef.
See?
They love him in Boston for that short stint that he did there. He changed it. They give him credit for changing the culture.
Yeah. And he did.
Yeah, he did. Like, he turned it to what Ime and Doka did with him and what's been going on.
Trash
right
ass
now.
nigga.
So yeah, but in Minnesota he's not. But that's because of the internal beef that he has with ownership. You know, so he'll probably never go up there, and that's
I mean,
he don't want to.
Well, he got, but the new ownership, like he messed with A-Rod and them though.
He messed with him, but he still feel kind of slighted. You know, he wanted in as part of. He wanted to be on ownership. He wanted to be part of that. And A-Rod from his jet boy, unlimited miles.
Yeah, I feel like he should have been.
Real estate.
Guru.
Billionaire.
I'm with real quick.
up?
I'm with you.
With what?
If I'm Giannis,
If I'm Giannis and
and
Joker,
I'm Joker.
no.
No, I agree with what y'all saying.
Hey yo, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah.
Look at my shit compared to your shit, nigga.
And
Fuck
that's what
out
I'm
of
saying.
here.
Both of those guys.
I
is in a
respect
rare
you, but
class.
come on, you ain't do what I did.
But I set the tone.
Giannis is a
You
two-time
ain't do what I
MVP.
did.
Giannis is a champion right now, by the way. Finals MVP, league two-time MVP.
I'm sorry,
Joker
Jesus
should be a
Shuttleworth.
3-time MVP. He got robbed this year.
No, he ain't
yes, he
robbed.
did.
Embiid did
Yeah,
that.
no, bro.
That
No,
is
because
Regular season
Embiid
he
ran
brought
from
out
the
playoffs.
smoke.
Of course.
Embiid ran from the smoke. He did not want no smoke with Joker when they could have had their little face off right before the playoffs.
No, you talking about that regular season game?
Yes. You gotta do it. You gotta duke it out. You gotta duke
He
it
had
out.
dropped 40 on him, though, like a couple weeks before that.
Man, listen,
On Joker.
Embiid is all gas, and he showed,
I
bro.
can't agree with that, Judge.
He's all gas, bro.
Not agree with that.
All gas.
How
Not
you-
even.
Blaze, how you feel
Well,
about
look,
that?
I mean, look, he's a good regular season guy. When it's postseason time,
He need help, Dad.
Sounds like Miller.
he need help.
Yeah.
He need help.
Yeah.
He had James Harden.
Come on, James Harden's a shell of himself. But I agree. They were supposed to get out the second round because when you got James Harden gives you 2 40-point games, you're supposed to win that series. James Harden single-handedly won 2 games for you. The MVP should be able
Including
to.
the first game by
Thank
itself.
you.
Yeah.
The MVP should be able to get you over the hump, bro. Where you at, nigga?
I agree. You know what I mean? But
You see what Joker did? Whoop! There it is. Bring the brooms out. Get these niggas the
but,
fuck
but,
out of
but
here.
Joker wasn't playing against against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You know, like that's a different monster playing against them guys.
And they're about to be gassed when they come see Joker. And it's over. Denver's winning. Denver's
It's
winning.
gonna be a tough one.
They about to be
think
gassed,
I
bro.
think Boston's gonna win that.
Boston about to beat Miami. Miami choke. This is about to be the biggest
So,
choke in league history.
Pack him up.
Did Boston cheat?
No.
Did y'all see all the conspiracies?
The ref.
What conspiracy is out there?
Go ahead,
Oh,
Trey, bring
oh.
it up.
So there's you know, TikTokers, boy, they break everything down, nigga. Every 5 seconds about everything. So when Jimmy Butler got when he lost the ball, didn't he lose the ball? It was 2.1 seconds left on the clock. When
They put more time on the clock.
they put 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And they was like, where did the other 0.9 come from?
I never thought about that.
I'm not even certain what play. Are you talking about last night's game?
Yeah. Or the other night. Or
Yeah, last night.
Last night, talking about when Jimmy Butler got fouled on the 3.
So, yeah, what they're saying is that...
I thought it was like 2.1 seconds.
Yeah, it's 2.1
and
seconds.
they put 3 seconds back on the
I
clock.
didn't even peep that happened.
But that's what happened.
Oh, okay. I mean, also you're saying that 9/10 of a second. It definitely made
But
a
they didn't
difference.
review it, though. So, I don't know if he shot the free throw. It was already at 3 seconds when he shot the free throw.
Oh, okay.
Because they reviewed it, and I think that's when they...
Hey, salute to them refs because that call that Derek White for the game winner, like, I was like, that's no good. But
No good.
The one ref didn't even need a replay. He was like, Bucket's good.
Yeah.
What conspiracy?
Seconds. Yeah, I wouldn't hit the
You know how
they added
it was 2.1 seconds left
Yeah.
at the foul, but they added 9/10 of a second. They went back up to 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a conspiracy, but yeah.
Man, they shouldn't even have been in that situation.
So,
I mean, Miami even getting to that position was admirable because like they shouldn't have been nowhere. They got beat.
I think it's a testament to the culture. Like that's a real thing in Miami. I know a lot of people say the Heat way, Pat Riley's way. And salute to Eric Spoelstra, man. Since we speaking about basketball, we can give a recap because a lot has happened since we was here last. If you're not aware, the Lakers were eliminated, swept.
My bad, y'all. Sean Reese, it was 2.1 seconds on the clock.
Was there some type of review though? Like they didn't just throw it out there for no reason.
Because they only gave him. They said he shot a 2-pointer.
Right, I remember that. They went back and saw that was a 3 because I thought it was a 2-pointer too.
So, and then they changed it to 3.
Yeah, I think it was a review.
It was a review.
They had to review to see that it was a 3 and not a 2.
Yep.
So yeah, let's give a
TikTok
quick.
got you thinking that it just happened and there was no review. It was a
3
review.
seconds. The Lakers swept out the playoffs. Blaze, I'm gonna come to you first because I know
I said it was gonna be in the finals.
you was riding that wave that they was gonna be in the finals. After seeing them get swept, how do you feel about Bron? I don't know if that was pre-show or Patreon that we was talking about Bron.
That was Patreon.
By the time it's called
Seeing the performance of Bron and the Lakers. First, speak on the sweep.
By the time caught up.
But do you feel like
Calling it from the jump.
is it a wrap for LeBron as far as being a champion and being the main difference maker on the team?
Yeah. He needs to be no higher than the third option. I feel like the third option is where he should be. I think Brown would be cool with that. I think he can't do it because
It's his mentality.
And the coaches don't allow him to do that. They still want him to be Bron. Like, but part of that is
they still need him to be Brown though. Like on these teams.
Well, that's the way that that's general management. That's upstairs, the way they construct the team. Like, you got to know that if you're constructing a team for Bron to be the first or the second best player on the team, you're setting them up for failure.
I think AD is not allowing Brown to age gracefully. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I agree. My train of thought on that is that Bron needs another creator, playmaker with him. He won the championships when he had Kyrie on the one side, and he won the championships when he had Dwayne Wade on the other side. You got to have a guy that can have the ball in their hand and they pose a threat to the defense. Not a guy that's just dribbling it up the court. Not a guy, everybody in the NBA can dribble the ball. You got to have a guy that can actually break down the defense. And AD is not that. He's a super talent in the league. He's a top 5, top 10 talent in the league, but he's a big man. And the game is not really like Joker and Giannis kill because the ball is in their hand. They create.
They can bring the ball up the court.
They create the offense. That's not who
Yeah,
AD is. AD is a
great.
traditional big man. You know what I mean? He just has skill, but he's a big. You know what I mean?
But nigga like shooting fadeaways too.
I mean, yeah, that's just a part of the game. But how we feeling about Brown? Let's have a conversation about Brown real quick. And again, Denver Nuggets is in the championship. They're awaiting the winner of Boston, Miami, which is in Game 7 now. I think Boston is going to make history. They're going to be the first team in the NBA to come back from 3-0 deficit.
Jimmy back in the air.
Jimmy packing
They
air.
them
Jimmy done stunking up these last 2 games.
Facts.
Yeah.
He was like 4 for 21 or something like that.
But here's the thing. What these games becoming now is the pressure is starting to mount, right? So all these bullshit ass players that Miami got.
Vincent.
This is where they crumble.
What's the little point guard?
That's Vincent with the switch shoes.
This is where they
the game
crumble?
last night.
They about to crumble under the pressure.
Yeah, man. Like it's like you can tell, like
The
then
Lions get the burner.
with Bam.
Game 5. I'm the rest of the game. When I seen Game 5, I'm like,
Get
bro,
Bam the fuck out of here. Bam's trash.
Pat Riley gonna let them crumble?
He ain't
It ain't got
got
it ain't nothing with
They really shouldn't be in here in the first
Boston
place.
is the better team.
They're not better than Boston.
Boston is the better team.
Boston was on bullshit.
Niggas was just playing incredible. Dunk and all them niggas was playing incredible, bro.
Hey, you don't want Duncan taking them shots in there. I'm sorry.
But see, also too, you got to think. Miami coming into the series, they had everything to gain, nothing to lose. Now the pressure's on. It's like, hold up, y'all niggas was up 3-0, and now y'all about to go back to Boston.
It's a wrap. They might lose by 30.
Still speaking on basketball,
man.
I do want to salute
I think it's gonna get ugly. Game
Eric
7.
Spoelstra and Steve Kerr. I heard a crazy stat about Steve Kerr. The loss to the Lakers in the second round, that was the Warriors' first loss to a Western Conference opponent in 19 series.
Yep.
Come on, man.
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
How do we look at Steve Kerr? Now, again, we're going to circle back to LeBron. Steve Kerr, from player to front office
GM.
to coaching,
Yeah.
Steve Kerr has carved out a space to where he
He wanted him go.
He up
He
there
wanted-
with Phil.
Hey, he's one of the greatest basketball
Minds.
people.
ever.
It has to be
Because so he won
five as a player,
2 with San Antonio,
Yeah.
3 with the Bulls.
3 as a Bulls,
He's
4 as a coach,
4 as a coach.
and then he should have. He has some great teams in Phoenix. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but
That's the Steve Nash, Mark
Morris
Stoudemire.
Stoudemire, yeah.
Hey,
One
that's
of the ones,
impressive.
man.
Impressive.
He one of the ones, bro.
That's
you
impressive
gotta
as
salute
fuck.
Steve Kerr.
And I feel like people like that gets too much credit, but people like Steve Kerr don't get enough credit.
I think I hate the way that they try to take away from Steve Kerr.
Is it because of Pop?
Well, no, I wouldn't say because
I
of
don't
Pop. They try to get. It's almost like they try to overlook the fact that everybody that Golden State outside of KD was drafted to that organization.
Right.
And salute to Mark Jackson and the general manager. I forgot his name that quick.
Myers?
Bob Myers. These guys, this is homegrown talent. You know what I mean? They drafted these guys, they sought them out, and they worked them, and they built them up. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of teams don't do that. You know, it's a lot of jumping ship. They stay with their core. You put pieces around your core, but they let their core grow. All these niggas is a decade in.
Man,
you know
listen,
what I mean?
bro. I don't like the KD shit because it's just like if you have a chance to get a generational talent like that, like
Why not?
why wouldn't you pull the trigger, bro?
And I'm
Why
sure
the fuck
KD
not?
is probably, he'll never admit this, but
He's kicking
the
himself.
biggest mistake he's ever made in his life.
Leaving
Golden
Golden
State.
State. Leaving Golden State. He left.
Like a sucker.
He left off emotion. That
See,
was an
but
emotional
listen
decision.
to us though, like, and I wasn't. Really
But
impressed,
I
he
never
got killed for going there, and then
listen.
Nah,
I never
yeah,
blamed
but
him.
Once you're there, you're there, my nigga.
No.
You stay there.
I never blamed him for going to Golden State. It made perfect. Hey, if you got a chance to link up,
he
going
went
to
there
Golden
off
State,
a
no.
loss. He went there after they lost.
But if you got a chance to link up
Being
with,
up 3-1.
if you got a chance to link up with some niggas like
It was a
that,
sucker move.
nah, I loved it.
It was a sucker
I
move.
loved it, and it was some of the best
Is
basketball
that the
we ever
Cavs fan in
seen.
you? Oh, they're the sucker.
Nah, yes.
It was some of the best basketball we ever seen.
He's like, nah, it absolutely.
And if he didn't get hurt, he would have got 2 rings in Golden State.
We got 2.
I don't know, Kawhi. Yeah, he got 2.
He got 2.
And 2 Finals MVPs at that.
Oh,
He
remember
lost
the
the
third
third
one?
one to Kawhi Leonard, but he was hurt.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if he got hurt, he got a third.
It would have been a
Yeah.
3-peat.
Yeah.
But let's spin the conversation back to LeBron. LeBron, as we know it, of course, he's not that same player. But Blaze has already gave his input on it. Trav, Dez, how y'all feel about LeBron right now? And
Bron is definitely a shell of himself right now.
yeah,
Like the taking over the game, Bron, them shits is over.
he don't even got no lift.
Like,
That's why he
and like y'all said, either off mic or on Patreon, nobody's scared of Bron now.
Yeah.
You know,
Bron never been over with.
the Bron era is done. Like,
3 years ago.
you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing he can really do about it.
Listen, Blaze.
Blade's father time is still
They
undefeated.
won the championship.
But still, but nigga, but I'm
You-
saying,
I'm a Laker fan. You know, but
Yeah, but you
niggas,
don't really fuck with Bron like that.
I definitely don't fuck with Bron
but
like
no,
that.
this is what you feel me on this, Reese. Listen, yes, they won the championship, but what I'm saying is that fear that niggas used to have with Bron. I feel like the
I
last
think
three
this fear
seasons.
conversation is
I don't
overstated.
think
It's
niggas
not-
never really had fair Bron. Like the era was different. Like the skill set was so. Like Mike and Kobe and them put so much fear in niggas because they was so much
And
more better
and let's
in
be
skill.
honest, bro. Like,
Bron ain't never. Bron's been athletically gifted and as a freak, but his skill
and
set.
I'm not
like,
taking
KD
that,
put fear.
right.
in
And I don't want nobody listening to this. Listen, I'm not taking nothing away from Bron. Bron is one of the illest niggas to ever do it.
Facts.
All I'm saying is,
just ain't the
right, they won the ring, right? But let's be honest too. Everybody
Oh, he's the GOAT.
everybody admits that
You think Bron the
the
GOAT?
bubble season was. It was
Nah,
listen,
see, that's it. I
as
don't like
as the
that.
time has
but I
went
don't
on-
put an asterisk on it. It was a legit win.
And as-
No. But I'm just saying though.
As time went on, I have starting to grow and gain more respect for the bubble chip.
It was tough.
Only thing that I don't really give it that much, like, because I looked at it as AAU. Like, when you can hoop in one centralized location.
And we seen niggas playing out of their mind, and then when shit got back to normal, that's
So that means you gotta give even more respect because bum ass niggas was playing out of their mind.
Niggas was playing out of their mind, and when it went back to the
teams didn't send their whole organization over there, like the full rosters. Niggas opted out. Like that's the only reason why I look at it slightly different because it wasn't. To me, I counted like, is this is almost like a non-sanctioned bout. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what it reminds me of?
Y'all niggas is hating.
It reminds me of the short season of the NBA. Remember when they had the lockout?
when the Knicks went to the championship against the Rockets, you know what I mean? They got cleaned up. But
No, that was Spurs.
Oh,
They lost to Spurs. Yeah, we lost to
The
Spurs.
Twin Towers.
Watch
That
out.
was Duncan's
Hey,
rookie year. Duncan's rookie
I
year.
love that team.
What?
Larry Johnson.
Yeah,
Not
pretty well.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Pat was hurt though. He didn't even
Yeah.
play in that finals.
What's my man's name? Out in Houston.
Yeah.
I love that.
99.
team.
Yeah,
Hey,
the NBA
remember
short season.
Larry Johnson that crazy 4-point play against the
play.
Pacers?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's what the bubble reminds me of. The bubble reminds me of the short
That's
season.
real stuff right there.
But like you just said though, Reese, I forgot about all that. Like niggas just seen their full rosters. They had to pull niggas up in the G League.
It was a lot of shit. You know,
it was a lot of shit. It was definitely grown man AAU ball.
let's be clear. You know, Brown got to play against some G League niggas in that round. You know what I mean? But everybody did. You know, not just Brown. Everybody.
They hurt
Shit felt like it's bleeding. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
elbow no
bleeding
more.
internally.
Nigga jumper off.
This is my take on Brown, and then we can get up out of here. I don't want to stay here too long.
Me either.
I think Brown should retire right now.
Me too.
I would come out.
He
Now,
plays
I know,
bad basketball.
He has nothing else to
Super
prove.
bad.
What we doing at this point?
I know the thing is with Brown, like, because he loves the media, he loves the attention. We know Brown's not going nowhere without a farewell. So we could take that off the table. He's not going to do it. But
I thought you was Kobe.
my train of thought is that he should retire. You know, then I would hold the Lakers organization hostage to let me up out of there, and then I can dictate where my son goes. I can go play that 1 year with him.
Yeah, I don't think that this is foregone conclusion that
Brownie's going to the league.
I feel like Bryce is the one.
I think Brownie needs 2 to 3 more years. Like I don't see NBA potential in him
Bryce is
right
the one.
now.
I feel like Bronny's gonna go to the league. I don't think Bronny's gonna do
And he's
any
gonna
damage
wash
in
out.
the
He's gonna be on the
league.
bench. Like
He's gonna be a role ass player.
what position? First off, he's only 6'4", 6'5".
He's 6'3".
6'3", and he don't have the best handle. He's a shooting guard right now. He can shoot. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say he's a Klay Thompson shooter. He's a good shooter, streaky shooter. But I haven't seen him with the best of handle. I can imagine what they would do him how Jeremy Lin got done that year with Mario Chalmers and them. Like, oh shit, only reason why they might not do it because they would have respect for Brown. Like, we ain't gonna embarrass your son like that. We're gonna give him a chance to be in the league. But
I can embarrass Bron's son.
I don't know if they would do that. I think they would have a little more respect for him. Like,
Nah,
that.
niggas going at Bronny, bro.
You think so?
Niggas going at
Your
Bron.
dad terrorizes.
It's the Lonzo Ball effect.
Your dad terrorizes.
See, that was kind of different. Brown ain't.
It's kind of different, but it's still like, yeah. I mean, you got
Your dad
a
terrorized
silver
the
spoon
league.
treatment. They put you in the league.
years. You're getting it.
So that's the younger
Shout
players.
out to the weak ass balls. They trash.
Look, the older players.
That's his guy.
They trash.
Yeah.
They trash. They trash.
Man, I mean, we have many of arguments on this show about it.
Especially the older
not
players
trash.
won't do Bronny like
Melo's
that,
not
but the young guys is definitely going at Bronny.
Who?
Yeah,
Melo.
Hurt Mello?
LaMelo Ball is not trash.
The what's the name in Chicago? Like
Lonzo, you know, I mean, hey man.
I wouldn't even resign.
You thought the Lakers was going to the finals? I thought Lonzo was going to be something.
But not injuries.
Mine is supposed
But
to be
injuries
true.
fucking up Lonzo. It ain't like Lonzo can't hoop. He just hurt, bro.
It ain't just
They said he
that.
might have to retire, so his knees ain't getting no better.
That ain't his fault, bro.
Yeah, that ain't
Yeah,
his fault. But he
nigga, we ain't never give a fuck about Jello, nigga.
But
So
he
don't
wasn't
act
that, but he
like.
wasn't that good though.
But he wasn't whack either, though.
No, he wasn't whack. But he wasn't number 2. He wasn't the number 2 pick in the NBA draft.
I
Or
like
was he
Lonzo,
number
bro.
3?
This is why I didn't understand. You like Ben Simmons, but you didn't like Lonzo.
I like
They
Ben
the same
Simmons
type of
because of the
nigga.
intangibles. Ben Simmons, they're slightly the same player, but Ben Simmons was 6'10" doing it versus Lonzo being 6'5".
6'7".
The difference between Lonzo
Lonzo's
and Ben,
6'7", 6'8".
obviously, though, was Ben, it was up here.
Right.
I think it's up there with
Lonzo's
Lonzo.
injuries.
I think it's up there with Lonzo.
I think it is a
I
slight
think-
case of it with Lonzo.
Yeah.
It just hasn't been magnified yet because of the injuries is covering it up. But I do think there is some mental shit going on with Lonzo.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
Because
Tough, man.
he didn't come back at all this year. And it was reports that I remember at one point in time they said Lonzo would be back in a week, and then it went. And this is mid-season. Then it went from he's out the whole year. Like now, may have had a setback, but I don't believe.
But also too, it's tough, man. I can only imagine being
bro,
a player in today's NBA, bro. It's
damn, man.
tough, bro.
Is it tough though?
Yes, I think so.
Look,
these
see.
niggas cotton candy, this.
Nah, but it's just like everything, like, bro, you gotta. It ain't like back in the day where you had your local newspaper.
What also comes along with that though, Dez, is that the benefits.
Yeah,
Like these niggas.
I mean,
so
it's
money.
pros and right. It's pros and cons. It's pros and cons. But I feel like, but that's the reason why I put Brown so high. Like the expectations that Brown came into the league with, he exceeded. The average player ain't even coming in with nowhere near half the hype that Brown came in with.
Quick
And they
question.
can't, and they be done in like 2-3 years.
Go ahead.
Wimby?
Who? I'm
not
not
sold on
the
him.
gas on him. Like
I don't believe the hype.
my thing is, and I told you this, Trav. Like I've seen Chet Holmgren, I've seen Bobo.
He ain't them though.
Yes.
I hate that you keep making that comparison.
Well,
Bobo, Reese, cut it out with Bobo.
I believe Bobo would give him all.
You ain't seen Chet yet in the league.
We ain't seen him in the league. Like he's playing over there with friends. Niggas
No, Reese, that's fine, but you're not gonna. Even if you want to compare him to Chet, I'm cool with that. Bobo, Reese, come on.
Oh, maybe you ain't seen Bobo.
I have.
He's
nice. Bobo's still busy in Orlando.
He's nice.
He's nice.
That's another thing too.
Hey, if they would have kept him, they had to get him out of Denver because they couldn't. Like, we got to get him out of here because this could turn into like he's that good that it's going to step on the foot of all these other niggas, Michael Porter and all them.
But and see, that's the thing too. The league is a
It's
business,
yeah,
bro.
for sure.
Like, and
I
I feel
like
like,
Porter's
and I feel like
I love
sometimes
him, but
niggas
that's
get
why you got to get rid of Bobo.
niggas go to the
I
wrong
understand.
organization.
You got Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter, and Joker and Murray. Like, we gotta get him out of here. Like, because in a couple years we're gonna have to either pay this nigga or we're gonna have to trade. Somebody gotta go.
Ladies,
All right.
ladies, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. We about to get all right. One quick question, then we out off of sports. LeBron James, is he the GOAT or not?
He's not my motherfucking goat.
Nah, he the GOAT to me, bro.
Y'all got him as a GOAT?
It's
Y'all
more than a game.
Y'all
It's more than a
remember my
game.
nigga Terry. Y'all
I knew
taking
it was
it outside of the lines.
it's more than a game.
All right, fair enough. You know what I mean? Like, if we talking basketball, he's
No,
not the GOAT.
he's
Like,
not the goat.
Okay, all right, okay, but it's more than a game to
You can't
me.
get past
It's more than a game to me, bro.
Yeah, what he's done for the culture and what he's done for the people around him, the empowerment that he's given his people, hands down, second to none.
Awkward, he's the greatest I've ever seen in my
I
life.
Promise School, what he's doing for the community, what he's
On that motherfucking basketball
the
court?
basketball court. Like I don't.
But
he's
even
not
on that court, bro.
He's not even top.
I don't
He's
have
not
an
top 2 for me.
He's top 2 for me.
But even on that court, bro, to come in as the chosen one, bro.
You're slightly taking it off the court.
No way.
No, you can't.
You
with
got
a lot of
to.
hype.
You came in with the hype,
And
and
they-
he
the
exceeded.
expectations
He lived up to it.
He exceeded. He
I'm
didn't
not-
live
I'm
up
not
to
dis-
it.
I'm
He
not-
exceeded.
I'm not disputing that at all. There's no
Because we be
disputing that.
watching this shit all the time. We just talked about Ben Simmons, Lonzo. We talk about how these niggas mentally can't handle this shit.
But okay, so ladies, I'm sorry, but now we here. How do y'all
And this nigga's
classify?
been-
Hey, Reese,
How do you-
Terry's not here.
And this nigga's
Right.
been running the
It feels
league,
like
bro.
it. But how do y'all crown him as the GOAT? And it's a guy,
Don't say y'all, because I'm torn.
okay, because it's a guy in his air that is busted ass just as much as him, pause, and he got the same amount of rings. Steph Curry. He's done that.
What does that mean? Like, so,
I'm gonna be honest. Curry don't get enough respect. I don't like the league. Don't be. That's because Brown's still here.
Y'all got to think in Bron's era, we've seen Steph Curry. Now, again, I'm not saying this next couple people are Bron, but we've seen Kawhi Leonard have his way. We've seen Giannis, what he's doing now. We've seen KD.
Get Kawhi on my face.
And now we see Joker.
Kawhi had flashes.
There's
I'm sleeping.
no, like you can argue that these people are the best people. Now, I understand.
Nah,
it's not fair to even judge
I'm
Bron
not letting Kawhi slap. No.
What about Giannis?
Yeah.
what about Giannis?
Yeah, but I'm saying he's starting to get exposed these last couple seasons.
So I don't like this.
In 2021. A real shit.
Yeah, but he also lost in the first round this year.
He played 1.5 game. He played 1.5 game in that.
Yeah, okay, cool. But I mean, like at the end of the day, they
And he
lost.
had 40 in that game too. Like he was hurt. He wasn't even supposed to play.
I don't like this thing where it's like if people win in your era that you have to go. Like as if people didn't win in Jordan's era.
Who did?
Everybody did. The first 9 years. That's just Jamal. The first 9 years, everybody won besides him.
Jordan won a championship in 1991. He came in the league at 84.
Right, Reese. There's a lot of years between.
Money!
Y'all got to understand. So 7 years, a 7-year gap. He was a rookie in 84. We're not expecting him to win the championship in this rookie year. Right?
I mean, what? I mean, Giannis won in 2021, and we just talked about how Brian won in 2020.
Yeah, nobody's disputing that. I want to get back now. Y'all done got us onto this debate, this GOAT talk.
We didn't get you there. You actually
Look, blame this on Terry. Like, this is Terry's fault. What y'all about to get.
My nigga Terry. He's not the GOAT, Terry.
Jordan broke his
here.
foot. He broke his foot in year 2. Didn't play that year.
That's a Fendi.
You know what I mean? So now you got
Jordan's the GOAT for me.
Oh, okay. All right, we ain't gotta go there. Then.
I mean, because it's sometimes, especially in the last 6 years, sometimes I hate Brown on the court.
Yeah, and I've never hated Mike on the court. Even when he was playing bad, I've never hated him.
Right.
It's times that I hate Brown on the court, like you said. But, ladies and
Because,
gentlemen.
I mean, you just came around to because he's been playing this type of defense since Cleveland.
And he's been so gifted in other areas that you can overlook it. Yeah. Now it's that he done slowed all the way down. You can see where he like, damn, this nigga, not only is he shooting up all these, it's the threes that I hate with Brown. That makes me so sick. Like, but then you see how he's a liability on the other end, or he just not giving no effort at all. Like that, and that should be pissing me off. Like, this nigga is standing there and be mad at his teammates. Like, what you doing? Like, nigga, you blew the assignment.
It's your rotation.
Yeah. All right, so we get off that. Like, let's get off of sports. That was a recap of the NBA and the playoffs and everything that we've missed. I want to get into some industry shit, some shit that's been bothering me.
Scarlett, she bothering you?
No, we done with her. God bless her.
God bless.
I'm gonna let up on her. But how do y'all feel about
get the fuck up,
DJ Envy and Rick Ross? The shit that's been going on with them too. First of all, I think Envy's a sucker. You know what I mean? Like, because I got the clip of what actually started the shit when Ross was on Drink Champs. Okay. While y'all give me y'all's thoughts, I'm gonna play what Ross said, which started this. Yeah. But how y'all feel about
Envy getting the money?
No, it wasn't even that.
It wasn't even that. What he said on Drink Champs was like
super
light. But we've seen Envy do this before. Like, I think Envy don't like.
Fuck Envy.
Since we talking about it, like, I got it here. I'm gonna play it real quick for y'all.
Fuck with Envy.
This is not one of those car shows where you come and if you win, they give you the $50 plastic trophy.
It's not a shot at Envy. That's not.
This is where you get the network really boss up. The chains and the keys that I'm giving you. This is damn near 6 figures that I'm gonna put.
Oh, so someone wins a prize.
Yeah. You know, we got big boys coming from out of the country,
right?
From all over in the U.S.
Right.
So it's gonna be a real huge event.
How many cars you think you're gonna have?
Oh man, I'm not even sure, bro. Yeah. I'm not even sure how many cars. I know we expected close to 7,000 people.
Damn. And this is your second year doing this?
Second year. And really it just began out of the love.
Last year was amazing.
It began out of the love.
Here come Nori with the mess.
It was amazing.
Yeah, Nori loves starting
shit. Battling at one point?
Nah, Envy was never on my level.
What's a shot?
Listen.
I rock with Envy. I like Envy. I'm Envy. You know what I'm saying? But in the car game, he not ready for that. But I support his shit. This is not one of those.
All right, so that was the initial comments that was made from Ross, which sparked the shit where I think is definitely have went too far. You know what I mean? On both sides. You know what I mean? I don't agree with what Ross is doing, but I ain't mad at it because the approach, like, Envy is just such a sucker to me. I did not know, like, I did know because over the years it's been coming out more and more.
He's been doing shit like this.
Envy's a sucker, man. Like, and I just can't get with it. You know what I mean? Like, he's super sensitive about shit, that it didn't have to be. You know what I mean? And
Envy's for sure a sucker. But Ross was on some sucker shit the way he was coming at Envy.
Elaborate. Let's get to it.
It's one thing for y'all to talk about y'all's car shows. It almost looks like they're working together at first, right? Because it's like you getting promo, I'm getting promo.
Promotion, yeah.
It's cool. When you say, "Oh, you ain't make your girl come for this many years,"
that's wild.
Send her over and let me show her how it's done. That's his wife.
super wild, super out of bounds. But Gigi put that out there.
No, I'm not saying that, but Reese, if that's because
it's out of bounds.
They got a relationship of some sort, right? And it's like, bro, over a car show, bro.
But what I'm saying, like, so this was the first shot that Envy claimed was the shot.
They both was being like
and
at
then
first.
Envy showed up in his cop outfit.
The cop uniform was later on.
Or he came through and said something about.
They just was talking.
Yeah, back and forth. Like,
He looked real.
The cop thing happened after he said, "Your
Not
kids can
cop
come
uniform.
clean my pool."
Clean the pool.
Which I don't think that's that serious.
I ain't either.
I did that. But when he was like, "Yo, like tell her to come through," he called himself the pickleball something. He was going,
He was.
Pickleball pile.
So is Ross doing too much?
Ross doing too much.
I mean, but he didn't stop since, right?
Ross ain't said nothing in a minute. Because I think they probably
Yeah. A lot of people been hitting him up. Because I mean, shout out to Charlamagne. Charlamagne was like, seen him was getting out of control. He's like, look, man, I don't like where this is going. Like, let's just keep. If y'all gonna do it, like, let's keep the car show, family and kids, like, wives and kids. It's off limits, and I feel that.
Yeah, they bugging out, man.
Big bugging.
But I don't rock with Envy either. So I agree with y'all.
It's just some shit like you just never know about people. Again, like everything seems like it circles back to social media, where you just really learn about people, some shit that you just never wish you was privy to. You know what I mean? Like,
I ain't gonna say I don't rock with Envy. I think Envy was a dope DJ. Yeah. I mean, obviously I don't know him personally, but Ross is my bad.
No,
Ross is the type of nigga you don't play with though, because he seems like he always too far. He always gonna take it too far. So
the Miami niggas tend to do that. Like, I'm not giving them no pass. You know what I mean? But Trick Daddy done did some shit that was just too much. Like, it's like that may just be a part of their culture. You know what I mean? Like,
they just take shit a little bit too far. So
still in music. I want to stay in music. Some other shit. Again, this might be slightly old, but I saw where Raz B came out and said Chris Stokes never did none of that shit to him. Like, he lied about it.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah,
and I'm like, it's so conflicting.
God bless him.
Zero sugar. It's so conflicting because for years that's been what he's been running with. It was always weird to me though that Chris Stokes never came out and defended it, or never really spoke on it. Period. That kind of led me to believe that it's probably like I'm gonna let him do whatever. Some shit I'm just not gonna entertain it. Maybe,
or especially if you think that he may have like a mental situation,
and he knows him better than any of us. Like,
right.
I've managed this nigga for many of years. I know he's retarded.
God bless him.
But for him to come out with that these years later, like, are we looking at it do y'all think this is a jig and play? Because I did see just a couple of days ago now, Raz B done got into some other shit, or maybe even arrested. It's almost like everything looks like it's a jig or a ploy to get clicks or to get attention, and it's so hard to
also,
tell.
He on that reality show with Orlando Brown and all them. So.
Right.
Oh, that sounds filthy. I know
Super filthy.
Raz B and Orlando Brown in the same.
Yeah, that show's crazy. He's on Zeus.
What's on Zeus?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta
it's like Bad Boys in Texas or something.
I gotta
hey, I ain't gonna front.
Tonight.
I haven't seen it, but I've been watching clips. Hey, Orlando Brown.
Is that the one where Orlando Brown got out of jail and went straight to filming?
Yeah.
That shit was funny. That clip was funny.
Listen, Orlando Brown he's a star, bro.
What he say?
He's a star, bro.
Come with me, and you'll see. I live in a world, but I don't give a fuck, bitch. Man, that shit I be screaming.
Still in music, some shit that kind of bothered me. I don't know if y'all seen this. I know we in the industry heavy, but Ghostface Killer.
I did see that.
I mean.
His son came out with some comments, some statements about Ghostface Killer that they hadn't seen their dad in like over 15 years. He's not a father figure, not supportive. And mind you, this whole time, I got a lot of thoughts running through my head trying to figure out what it could be. And this is just me just doing the reading, but then the video surfaced. His son, from what I could gather, he seems to be gay.
It's the son that he had with
RZA's sister.
Oh,
RZA's sister.
Me judging from afar of Ghostface and his character, like, I sense that there may be some homophobia Just the era that they came up in, and I've heard dialogue from Ghostface, and if you judge him off of the context or the content of his music, you may be able to assume that there's some homophobia thoughts or fears in his head, and then for him to have a son is probably something tough to deal with, and we can have that conversation too, because I think that is a deeper conversation that may be plaguing, the black community. Us as men being fearful, that your son will come out gay. Like, that's nothing to be afraid of, but why we are, I don't know. We can't answer that question today. But to see another one of our legends, our icons, somebody who we look up to, somebody that made all this great music, to find out, this individual has a character like that, like, that's a huge flaw. Like, how do we look at Ghostface? Like, does it change the way that you view him?
You know what it changed for me is like, no pun intended, but superhero figure, like,
The mask.
oh, you're a regular nigga, bro. You're a
Piece of
regular. You're just a nigga that just talented at rapping now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's the way.
You're not a superhero no more.
Yeah. You're a regular nigga that was talented at rapping. Now, am I gonna stop listening to Supreme Contel? No, absolutely not. But it just puts it in perspective. It's like, damn, niggas is regular niggas just like me, bro.
We had the conversation a couple weeks ago with the Brian McKnight situation. Like, these guys, like, I think for so long, like, we looked at them as mythical people, like, as if they wasn't human. Because we know niggas that go through these type of issues every day. Like, we know it. Like, we don't have to speak on it, but we know niggas. So I think that's why when we see these guys who we looked up to for so many years and supported, when we see that's in them as well, it's tough to deal with. It's like, because we don't view you as that much. So I feel for that situation, man. Like, you gotta, like, I can only imagine if my dad is a fucking pop star and he don't want shit to do with, like, not only is he not supporting us, but like, he don't even fuck with me. Like, that gotta be rough, man. Like, and I thought that was extremely sad. I hate that it's playing out publicly, but a lot of these kids, they say that's really the only outlet they got. Like I've exhausted all of my benefits of trying to make this shit work behind the scenes. So now I want the world to know you're a piece of shit. Like, how do y'all feel about that approach?
As Dad said all the time, like, the kids that grew up with social media, that shit normal to them. Like, it's us that was like, yo, I would never put my family business out on social media like that.
But do you think something like this needs to go out there? Like, once you've got to these type of dire situation of where you're such a non-factor and I'm over here fucked up hurting you while you traveling the world.
It's a cry for help.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be a cry for help, and it's like they be feeling like it's their last
Marquise
resort.
did with 50. Like,
I feel like they be feeling like it's their last resort. Like, all right, if I do this, maybe I gain enough attention, and it'll make them like
reach out to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because that's
I'd
what
be
it
more
sounds.
turn more bitter, more angrier, like, because if the issue do get resolved, social media is not gonna care.
I don't think it's about social media caring, but I think it's you're weaponizing social media to try to help you because you're hurting so bad. This is your outpour or this is your cry for help. Like, I want a relationship. Like, it ain't even about, money may play a slight motivation in these. Of course, like, imagine if your dad is out there rich and running across the country, being a rock star, and you not able to benefit from that life. Of course, I think naturally you want to be like, I want a piece of that. You know what I mean? I want to be able to reap, or at least get some of those benefits. And from what he was saying, like, it ain't been none of that. So I get why, okay, now I've tried everything. I've sat dormant for 15 years not being able to get nothing through to
How
you.
old is his son?
This dude, I think he was in his 30s maybe. Or if not 30s, he's definitely in his late 20s.
Shit, Ghostface, like, nigga, you grown, nigga. Fuck out.
And that's how a lot of them really be, like 50 Cent came out and said that about Marquise. Like, you grown now, like it's still your son. I don't know, maybe because I haven't got there yet. Like, even though my son is 18 now, he's getting to a point in life to where he's going to be looked at as grown. But as men, I know women don't do this. I ain't gonna say all, but women stay moms forever. So like I'm still attached to my mom as mom. Like I don't, now my dad passed away many years ago, but we didn't have that relationship. Whereas boys with their mom or even daughters with their moms, like it's like women can be moms forever, but dads feel like you get to a point to where, all right, I ain't a dad no more. Is that? It's hard for us to speak on it because we haven't.
It's not that. I mean, but.
Right, because you got a great relationship with your pops. You know what I mean? Your dad is a dad.
He's my best
and
friend.
yours too, Dad. You know what I mean? Like, I can't speak on it because I never had that type of
But
relationship.
here's the thing, though. There was a time where me and my dad was at the greatest of odds. Right. We just were able to recover. Some people can't recover from it.
Right.
Because sometimes your kid, you'll sacrifice everything in the world for them, and they'll turn around and try to play you like you're not a great dad.
Right.
And that, some people can't recover from that. Some people don't have the peace to be like, man, I've done everything I could. Like this, I couldn't have been a better dad. And so that becomes a tough deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trav, what's your thoughts? Like, is there any coming back? Like, I think Ghost.
I think in Ghostface's case, there's probably no coming back because
That's wild.
it was like, I don't think Ghost give a fuck about, that shit being on social media like that. Like, I don't think it's gonna hurt anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a sad situation, especially if the only reason he don't want to come around his son because he's gay. Like,
yeah, that
like, bro, he chose the lifestyle. Like, he chose that shit. Like, that shouldn't have an effect on you and y'all relationship.
Right. It's probably more to the story than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's probably a million more
a lot of
added
shit,
on.
But I do think at some point, and again, that's not for today, but I do think that is a conversation that we should try to, have on the show because I've seen it, whether it be somebody that is super popular or somebody that's, just regular person, it's the issue of having a son that's gay, that they just can't seem to overcome that. Like,
Yeah, that's weird.
it's super weird. Like, I don't get it. Like, you still love the kid, right? You know what I mean? You still want the best for the kid, right? You still want to do everything in your power that the kid succeeds, right? Like, why is all that? Why does that matter? You know what I mean? Like,
And like you say, Reese, that's another show, but people being homophobic still exists.
But
like,
and I also think with him because of
and especially in the black community.
But I think the stigma of him being a rapper and the lifestyle of which that led or that he was leading as a rapper, having a gay son don't necessarily
match up,
coincide with who I was and my public persona.
I was in the projects having shootouts with gangsters. You want to be, so
you was raised with privilege. You was raised, I'm not supposed to be that dad. And I think, again, like I'm gonna get out of this, but and we talk about this a lot, Blaze, like bumping our heads with our own kids. Like, I think we get so upset at them because a lot of it is us reflecting back on what we had to come up and go through and not quite realizing that they don't even live that same life. And we're upset because we feel like y'all niggas are spoiled rotten. Like, what are you complaining about?
I mean, listen, and sometimes you can have unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
Right? Because you want what's best for your kid. And you're like, listen, my resume speaks for itself. Follow my lead. I got you. But they got to go their own path. I know I had a crazy path that I know my parents was looking at me like, you about to quit college and do what?
Mm-hmm. And that's what I told somebody. I forgot who I was talking to. I told him, I was like, respectfully, like, I think you're too controlling with your kid. It's cool to be controlling, like, within your household and laying down the ground rules of what's going to fly and what's not. But once they're outside of the house, you got to give that kid room to grow. You got to let them experience things. You got to let them bump their head. Your job is to be a parent and be their support. You try to keep them out of harm's way, but
for sure,
they're going to find danger at some point.
And you also got to keep it real with yourself about you. Like, I had to really sit back and be like, dang, I was 18, 19 years old. For no reason, I'm in a trap house with Smizzle. For no reason. There's just 15 guns on the table.
Yeah, no reason.
I'm in Mount Vernon Plaza. What am I doing here?
Dumb shit. Just dumb shit.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's just
the amount of dumb shit that I did as a kid, bro.
That's just a part of the process. And I think us as parents, like we feel like now that we're in a position and we're giving them such a good life that they shouldn't even see that. But the world is still out there. Like it's after they step outside of your house, they're in the world, and you just gotta accept what comes with it.
Man, raise them as best you can and pray.
Still in the industry, I want to get to a guy that we all love, Diddy. New single, new record.
Hey, let me get this camera. I know you about to be hating.
This new record featuring the City Girls and WWTB favorite Fab. At Bad.
Reese's favorite
Who's
Fab.
favorite?
WWTB. Y'all three. y'all kill me about Fab. Y'all think I don't like him, but I just
You was a Fab fan when I first met you.
I still am.
And then
Still a Fab
all
fan.
of a sudden you just didn't like
I just
Fab.
think he's a bozo.
That's why he ain't like Fab.
It's not that I don't like him. Like, there's no dislike for
He
Fab.
started like when Fab started posting on IG, Reese went to straight dislike mode.
Is
that a fact or not?
That's not a fact. Let's keep the focus on Diddy.
Dead.
First, let's talk about the record. Act Bad. Have y'all heard the record?
I haven't. I seen the promo, but I haven't heard the
I
record.
haven't heard it.
I heard it.
Niggas ain't heard the record.
It's out, the promo clips that I seen when they was in the Chanel store.
Niggas gonna be outside.
Oh, I'm sorry, Trav. I'm sorry, 2 Chainz Trav.
All right.
Niggas gonna be outside, man.
Let me get the record up.
I've heard the record, but I haven't. It's a promo clip.
You know I'm first, nigga. I gotta be first. If you ain't first, you last.
All right. So here's a piece of the record.
Oh, this is doing numbers. It's working?
It just dropped. First off, I think Trav might have said it in the chat. Like, Diddy gotta relax. Like, he's chasing. Like, what? Like, is Diddy going through a midlife crisis?
He's chasing hits right now.
Maybe.
And I think, bless her heart, but she cool. She's along for the ride. But I don't know if and maybe she's looking at it like, fuck it, like use me if you want. But he's using Young Miami.
Yes.
Somebody better use it.
It's mutually beneficial.
It's mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I definitely think it's more beneficial for Diddy because Diddy's gonna walk away from this at some point. Like, all right, thank you. Here's the invoice. All right, here, not even an invoice, but here's like a parting gift. Thank you.
Crib out in Malibu.
I hope so. I don't even think it's gonna be that. Like, it's gonna be like, here goes this last piece of dick for you, and I'm out. But Diddy, how is Diddy travel? I want to say 55, 54, something like that, maybe.
We'll roll with you.
Is he aging gracefully? Like, is he doing it the right way?
Yes.
Like, you agree with?
You don't think he's aging gracefully, Reese?
I think he's
Billionaire
doing,
Puff?
No, the business acumen is there's no question, but I just think
I'm just chasing hit records, bro.
he's definitely chasing hit records.
Them glory bad boy days is over with.
Oh, that's
and
over
you
with.
know I'm bad boy for life, nigga.
Yeah.
Them days is over with. Like even the Bryson Tiller remix, I love that record, bro. But that shit does not
Get in your bag, stay in your bag.
That shit didn't work.
The
The
Jazzy chick, the
Ashanti.
Ashanti, joint,
Jazzy moving though.
I love her. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to work overall. You know what I mean?
I didn't like that album at first, but this is one that went viral on Instagram. It's called Favorite
I don't know.
Shirt.
Like
Favorite Shirt go crazy.
But let's keep it on Puff. Pause.
Yeah.
And Des, I want
You're right.
you
We
to chime
keep
in on
aggressive for the topic. That's all.
this. Yeah. Do we like what we see from Diddy just as a whole?
Des, where you at?
Give me honest. Like,
Doing what he's supposed to do.
Bad boy, but like
he can do this without because he don't need the cameras and social media for what he's doing.
But I mean,
And it's not.
but it's been his life for so long. He going on like 4 decades of this shit, bro. Like I feel like he don't know nothing else but this.
What do you want Puff to do?
I feel like what we want to see.
I look at Hove and them, and I see.
But, and that's what I'm saying. You want Puff to bow out gracefully, and he wanted to just play more behind the scenes. But this has always been Puff. Puff don't know. Puff has always been on the scene, in front of the camera.
I thought I told you that we won't stop.
So this
Never
ain't.
get married. You can go.
Yeah.
I'm not asking him to be married. I'm just asking just relax.
Puff don't know nothing but to be lit.
I guess, and see the people that
Name
I'm
an
looking
era
at,
he ain't been lit in.
the people that I'm looking at, and this is probably where I'm judging it wrong, is that I'm looking at the Dr. Dre's, I'm looking at the Jay-Z's. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a small
even when you look at them guys, you look at their careers, they've never been. Puff has always been loud, obnoxious, in your face.
Would you say that Puff is a bigger superstar than Jay-Z or Dr. Dre? I don't think he is.
But them niggas have always been reserved, like more cool, chill
he's
niggas.
Second to none, though.
Oh, he's second to none of who he is. Show me.
This has always been Puff's personality, and I feel like Puff don't know nothing.
At what point do it stop though?
But this the thing though. But when
Or
you
Taylor,
but look,
That's
this
what
the
I'm
thing though.
asking.
But this the thing though. Who is carrying the torch for Puff right
There's no
now?
torch to carry. Like it's done. It's like bro.
But he
King
can't.
Combs.
No, he
He's
tried.
not gonna let him.
He tried.
He's stepping on his son's.
That's the problem. He mad that his son had a bigger record than
He's
him.
stepping on it. Like
That's what it is. That coach
I just feel like
Justin knocking off cold shit, and the young son had
why
hit
was he on
records.
Power? Why was he on Power?
Yeah, he was awful.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that too.
Yeah, I just feel like this. I mean, this has always been Puff, and I feel like he don't know nothing else but to do this.
But how much
He can't
longer-
help it. I feel like he can't help it. He
Y'all
don't
not
have to do
answering-
it, but he can't
Y'all
help
not
it.
answering what I'm asking y'all though. How much longer do y'all want to see Puff as this person?
He's going to do it forever. He won't
How
stop.
long?
Yeah, like
He's
I'm
gonna
about to say,
stop.
I don't see it stopping, bro.
Like he's gonna be
so
like,
y'all gonna be cool like Puff at 65 and he's still out here like
They don't. He damn near
y'all gonna-
65 now.
on
Like,
his new nephew shit.
Next week. Nigga.
yeah, like. I mean, I think I'm just immune to like it. Don't.
That's-
It's like you
maybe
feel me?
so, 'cause I'm trying to get something
You
out
didn't
of
see
that.
the
I see.
so
I
long.
hear what you're saying, Reese,
Yeah.
but it's just like.
I got a question.
But this is all we know of Puff.
Hell yeah.
You name Jay-Z, you name Dr. Dre, and Puff, right? If you had a choice to choose one of those lives, which
I'll
life you
take
choose?
both of them over Puff. Like no bullshit, but I would take both of them.
Not me.
And I think y'all
Tell me
maybe-
why though. Tell me why.
because not only are they moguls, all of them are moguls.
Yeah, they are.
You know, but they're able to be a reserved life and they're looked at differently. They don't have to go. Jay-Z's not chasing a record, even though we know what he's about music. We know what Puff's about musically. Why are you still trying to chase this? Like you've done.
He definitely chasing
You're
it.
cemented in music.
Is your beef only him chasing music?
I think he should stop.
So is it him chasing music or is the lifestyle that's bothering?
It's not. It's that I feel like Puff is, and again, like and maybe it's because of how I feel about the city girls.
That's what it is. You hate him.
I feel like he's just using Young Miami.
So
Now
they
she
know
has
they
to
signed
be.
up
She signed up for it,
She's
right?
well
and she's
compensated.
benefiting.
Yeah.
But just because
She
you're
got-
compensated for
She
something,
got
doesn't-
shows and everything off
just
this
because
shit.
you're compensated for
I
something,
heard,
don't mean.
her number is crazy. Like monthly, the number is crazy.
Oh, see, I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either. But
Yeah,
if
because
it
I
is-
heard her 200,000 a month. Like, get the fuck out. Puff ain't paying her 200,000 a month.
let's just say this is hypothetically. Let's say if he is,
Yeah, he's a fool if he is.
I mean, he got
Pussy
it
ain't
though.
that good.
It
Man.
ain't. It ain't.
Ain't be.
200,000 a month is crazy.
That's nuts.
Hey, you deal with numbers all the time,
That's
man.
crazy. That's a crazy number.
For some
I get a
ass.
tally on that. Like, hey, no. Like, there's no way you're going to convince me of that. But
2.4.
For some pussy.
a year, I'm giving up 2.4.
You
I
can
can
have
go
10.
hit Cassie for free.
You can have 10 young Miamis, nigga.
Right.
10 young hoes from Miami.
You're
nigga.
not even the coldest. You're cold, but like I can hit colder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But salute to Puff, man. You know what I mean? Like, but I just don't
salute that man.
I just don't like the optics of it. I don't like how it looks. Like,
I'm tired of Puff chasing
Reese, you got
records.
Carisha. You gotta get over it.
yeah, I hate that. And
I don't want Puff to chase no more
hate that
records, bro.
Uzi got JT. That really bothers me. Like,
That shit though.
she was looking incredible in the video. We're gonna keep moving, man. Like I wanted to have a deep dive
won't stop,
and
bad
talk
boy.
about Puff, but y'all bad boy on me over here, so I'm gonna let it go. Where else was I with it?
Puff was courtside last night. You probably was disgusted with him last night.
Miami was sitting right next to him, like
Yeah.
right there where Jimmy Butler had that play at. Still in music, Beyonce dropped a new record. Kendrick Lamar, America Has a Problem.
Yeah.
I thought the record was trash. Keep it a buck.
I mean, did you not like the original record?
I didn't even hear the original.
It's
Like,
just a Kendrick verse added to it. I mean,
oh, is that all it was?
That's all it was.
Okay, so, well, how y'all feel about it? Have you heard it? You heard that one?
I didn't know it was the original record.
you ain't about to be gassing Yellow Wolf and Gucci.
I didn't gas it. I just said I like the song. I didn't gas it. But hold up, you like that beat song? Like that's your shit?
I hated the whole album.
Okay, all right, I'm about to say like, hold on.
Yeah,
See, I ain't trying to pander real quick.
Yeah, I hated the whole album.
Hey, you feel me? Hold on now.
Ready to reverse the situation.
Yeah.
Pop in
I might not know space, but I know Uno, nigga. Reverse back to you, nigga.
I wasn't a fan of that. Wrong. And I said it on the show. I wasn't a fan of that electronic album that she put out, that dance album.
I love fucking Renaissance album.
I think it's her worst album.
So you like how you feel about this new record?
He's always said that though.
What?
Hand this down.
I'm not gonna lose my membership today.
We gonna look out the
I'm not losing my Hive membership today, nigga. When they look at the tape, they gonna know.
So, have you dropped America Has a Problem at a party yet?
Shout out
No.
to that shirt you got on, by the way.
I'm a little too good to see. Yeah, Pebbles
One of
robbed
the
the
most,
fuck out of them.
Overrated groups of all time, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, Pebbles robbed them.
Yeah, she did.
No, I definitely ain't played America's Got a Problem. Actually,
They
like
had such
Beyonce, I'm be honest.
What's up?
Like, no records from the Beyonce album goes off besides Cuff It, like, during the party. Like, you could play, like, Break My Soul early. Like, you know what I'm
That
saying?
whole little, that Break My Soul, Cuff It, that little.
Energy.
Yeah,
like,
that goes.
I love it. I love it to death. But I know a lot.
And this is the project that she's like mainly focusing on for this new tour, right?
It's the Renaissance tour.
$1,000 a seat. No thank you.
And I see, oof,
Man, I thought the album was boo boo.
that was incredible to me.
It almost seems like, maybe she's
Cuff It's
not
still
getting
a
a
hit.
response or,
Yeah, I mean, she
you
got this
know,
one.
because this is like the second or third thing that she's done, like to kind of like alter what was going on with the show. Like she's come with this remix, and it was somebody else, that maybe she brought somebody out or something. But
She switched to that Twister record.
did that, you know what I mean?
But
So
the internet
it-
forced her hand on that.
it-
Well, I respected the fact that she did it.
But do y'all think, is this a slippage like in Beyonce or?
No, not only is it a slip. I mean, she just got an album that's not traditional. Like it wasn't an R&B album. It was something else.
Yeah, and I mean, she just started touring overseas to get the show
That's
right.
when she brought her daughter out on stage, had her daughter dancing. That was a beautiful moment. But,
You know.
That's how you feel?
I see. I think in this seat that I'm in now, like in the way that I started looking at things, I view things different. Like I could see almost a play there, or a jig, or somebody trying to, garner attention. So
Yeah.
you pulling out the stops, or you doing shit like because Beyonce used to be able to just get a stage and command it with the smash records and the incredible stage performance. Still does, but I'm just saying like now it's almost like they're pushing jigs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I disagree with this.
that's cool.
I mean, it's like
Travis,
I see what you're saying. Like what you're saying, you're not saying nothing that's super crazy, but I don't think she's doing jigs. I feel like even her daughter. I think her daughter just wants to be a part of the show. She's allowing her to go ahead and cook.
Blue, go sit down.
But she did that one time on stage.
Definitely did.
And so, but Beyonce is iconic. Like I think she's the exception to the rule. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. Nobody's gonna care. It's gonna work.
I don't see the jig, but
I think the album is trash.
I don't
I'm probably
like
one of the few people who do. Women love that album.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. You know, what I mean, again, I'm not calling Beyonce this to be the end or nothing. Like I'm just saying, like I'm starting to see that it's with her. Is it not more than music because it's still related to music, but it's just not. It used to be Beyonce herself could carry whatever, like just strictly off of what I'm doing musically. But now it's like, all right, let's include this or let's include that. Let's go steal this trend. And I get it. That's what you're supposed to do with what's going on right now. So we'll see.
Crazy they bought a crib for $200 million recently, but that's neither here nor there.
The headlines too, and that's the type of shit like Jay and them didn't used to make them type of headlines. Like, but again, this is the social media era. You know what I mean? Because I saw somewhere too where Jay.
$200 million for a crib is insane.
hey,
Too,
but I'm sure neither one of them put that information out there.
and refuted. And I know any moment that Jay got a versus coming that's going to talk about the $28 million car and the $200 million house.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's worth $295. It's almost public.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's almost public. You can't really hide it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, I'm sure they don't put it in. They don't put Cribs in their name.
yeah, but even like when he said it, they don't refute it. Like, we never hear them refute anything. Like, so I don't know.
I've heard Jay come out a couple times. Now Beyonce's kind of mute on everything, you know, and I think that's. I think we should salute to that because it's like I ain't got time. It's almost like niggas is peasants. I ain't entertaining that shit. But you know, when you get to that $1 billion boys club, like you're pretty much untouchable. You can do what you want to do. So.
Absolutely.
I think Trav might have mentioned it earlier. Rest in peace to the legendary Jim Brown. Lost an iconic figure in sports. You know, Cleveland Browns own. One of the guys that was on the forefront of the activist movement as far as professional athletes. Got the iconic picture with him, or video of him, Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know, where they all sitting on the panel speaking out against, you know, socialist things that's going on in the world, and just fighting for equality. You know what I mean? I understand Jim Brown does have a checkered past. You know, and a lot of that shit has come out, you know, in his death.
But like for me, not being like a big NFL fan or whatever, I've learned more about what he really did. Like, yeah, of course he had a checker pad, but that nigga was in the trenches with it, bro.
Oh, for sure.
That nigga was definitely in the
deep
trenches.
In the trenches. I think the thing is, like, you got to take the good with the bad. You know, kind of like, you know, the most recent example that I could give is Kobe. You know, in Kobe's passing, untimely passing, you know, along with him passing away and us being sad, you know, you also got to talk about what took place in Colorado. You don't have to, but that's just where the world is. Unfortunately for Jim Brown, you know, it came out about his past with women and domestic violence. You know what I mean? The way that he damn near was killed a woman, they said. You know what I mean? But I don't want that to take away from who he was, you know what I mean? But I think it is something, and not just with Jim Brown. I think with anybody, you know, when you speak about it, like, you got to tell somebody's whole story, right? You know what I mean? Because it's kind of not fair to the victims. You know, the victim may still be alive, or the victim's family may be like, y'all praising this person, we hate his guts. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's called just like giving the just due. You know what I mean? Like when you speak about somebody,
it shows. I mean, nigga wasn't a superhero. Like, we just realized, like, all the people like we see as iconic, or, you know, like, them niggas ain't superheroes, bro. They go through shit too.
So is that, you know, I mean, these professional entities like the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, the way that they portray these people, or the way that they broadcast and the way that they market them. So should the blame be there as far as us? Because I'm sure that y'all have all seen this before. Like, we almost get mad at the victim for coming out with the stories about these people who we love.
Oh yeah,
like,
people attack the victims all the time.
That's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
How do y'all feel about? Because you know that the NFL, they knew about who Jim Brown was. Same way the NBA knew what took place with Kobe, and of course it all becomes public record at some point when it gets out there, if it goes legal. But how do we feel about these major companies or organizations hiding who these people really are? Karl Malone, good one, yeah.
Ooh, goddamn,
super nasty. But how do we feel about the people, you know, these organizations that hide this? Like,
it goes to show you that you know, the bottom line is always important. You know what I mean? And you know,
relationships is important too.
Yeah, but it's just like, you know, I feel like it's harder to kind of hide this stuff now because of, I feel like we talk about this with social media.
Do y'all like that it's like that?
I mean, there's pros and cons to it.
Or do y'all still just want to be naive to?
No, it's pros and cons to it. But I feel like a lot more of this would go on if we didn't have these outlets. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, because we have these outlets, and then, you know, there's some people that, you know, I feel a way about that too, because some people, like, this is how they get paid, like trying to find scandals and stuff like that. You feel me? So it's all a nasty game, because a lot of it ain't out of, like,
it's not out of hate, malicious.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm doing my job.
I'm trying to get a bag.
I'm
They
trying
really don't care
go
about
to
the
the next. I'm
situation.
trying
Right.
to take my career to the
It's
next
not really
level.
caring about the situation. It's just like, oh, okay, this can help break me to get to this. So
I got to tear down a national hero,
So
I
it's
can
a-
elevate myself.
yeah, it's a vicious cycle, man. If you really think about it. But I think it's it goes to show you at the end of the day, man, it's all about the almighty dollar, bro.
Also, rest in peace to Tina Turner. We lost another icon.
Yeah. Was she sick or?
I didn't know. She was living in Switzerland, 83 years
Okay.
old. You know what I mean? I don't want to put the cause on her being
Yeah,
sick.
I just didn't know because it was like it wasn't like usually like a person of that status you kind of be like hearing like yo they're not doing good.
Well, I think another thing too, like with her living, I didn't even know she was living in Switzerland, so that may be part of the reason why
we didn't know
anything that was going on.
America didn't appreciate her.
Is that what it was? Like I didn't know that. Like I know she
And her husband was.
I was about to say, like, she felt the way, too, towards the industry because she felt like the shit that Ike was doing, like, and y'all knew about it, but y'all didn't care about it because, again, like you said, the almighty dollar being the fucking end-all, be-all that y'all allowed a nigga to do me this way.
Right.
You know, knowing that I was not that Ike wasn't a talent, but it's just a vicious cycle, man. Like, and again, social fucking media, like,
Evil
bringing
world
to
we live
light
in.
this shit, like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like I'm kind of torn. Like I'm thankful for it being there. Like because it shines a light on shit that I think needs to be shined on. Now again, you don't want to see none of your people in a bad light. Like I still be to this day. Like please, I hope don't no scandal come out about Ho. I hope don't no scandal come out about.
Hope got a
KG.
kid out there that.
Oh boy, out in Houston, that's definitely his kid. I'll show you that video.
Oh, I seen that video.
Yeah, that's Ho's kid.
Yeah, that's his
Ain't no denying it.
He definitely taking it to the Supreme Court. He tried to anyway.
The kid out in Houston.
I don't know if it's get out in Houston,
But yeah, rest in peace to Tina Turner.
Shit crazy, man.
Rest in peace to Jim Brown, two legendary, iconic black figures. And again, it's a test of time of we getting old.
83 is a blessing.
But we're getting old, you know what I mean? Because we're losing so many people left and right, man. Like we damn near running out of iconic figures, you know what I mean? Like who's left out there, you know what I mean? Like I know it's a lot of people left, but I'm just talking about like on that level, like because I mean we've lost
Prince, Michael,
we
Whitney.
lost Prince, Michael. Harry Belafonte?
Shit.
We lost him just recently. Tina Turner's gone now. Jim Brown, Bill Russell. We lost him. Was that this year or that last year?
Bill, I think
Bill
that was
Russell.
last year.
Yeah, because the six is all
honored him,
over.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, we left and right. It's like every other week. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Prayers up to Jamie Foxx, man.
I'm torn with that too. Like I don't know what's going on. Like, cause I seen the video. I don't know if it's true, but the video he was out in Miami kicking it.
I think that's an old video.
And they said this is him after getting out the hospital. I'm like, man.
Nah. I think
think
so.
it was
Yeah,
an old video,
that's an
too.
old video. Of people trying to say it like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
an
I
old video.
hope so. Like,
So,
damn,
yeah.
like that.
Cause I don't
think
see
it's
it.
definitely-
Cause I don't see.
Jamie would have.
And then his daughter been going hard because they've been trying to like.
But they did say he's home. You know, thank
Okay.
God for that. You know what I mean? Like, because the story was that he was on his
wasn't good,
deathbed.
yeah.
They say he's not only is he home, but he's been transferred out the state to a rehabilitation center. So, you know, this is not shit that we're supposed to know. But with these being public figures and people that we are famous people that we've loved, like it's almost like you want the family or you want a spokesperson to fill you in because you care about these.
Yeah,
people.
but I mean, all this too also too just reveals that like you know what I mean, you can't, you gotta, each day is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just truly important to just value those that's around you. You know what I'm saying? And truly pour into them while you can because you never know, bro. Like completely sidebar, but my homie JD, his dad just passed. I went out to Dayton to go see him.
Rest in peace.
And it was like a sudden day. Like his dad wasn't sick. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't like like and the way he had to find out. Like he had to find like someone had to call him and tell him like, yo, it's ambulance at your dad's crib. Like I don't know what's going on.
And
So.
that's the same thing with we lost a legendary guy here in Columbus, Sellers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And his wife Niecy, she goes to church with my mom and grandmother now, and she was there at the house with him when he passed away. Like didn't even know he was upstairs dead. Like he wasn't sick. You know what I mean? Just went upstairs and he was gone.
See?
You know what I mean? This is the guy that was on the Lyndon McKinley State Championship football and basketball team.
Legend.
Legend in the city. You know what I mean? He still was doing camps with Tyhan and them and everything. You know what I mean? So rest in peace to him. You know, Coach Sellers. And again, rest in peace to Jim Brown, Tina Turner. You know what I mean? And anybody else that we've lost. You know, I may be forgetting some people, but that's pretty much all that I got for tonight. I had a lot of other shit. You know what I mean? But I don't want to hold us here too long. Power is officially over. Blaze, was you tapped in still with it to the end?
Fuck Power, bro. Power's a terrible TV program.
I have went back to season 1 though of Power with Ghost, and season 1 is phenomenal.
Yeah,
Season 1 was hard.
Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I see
First
why.
couple seasons was hard.
I haven't got to. I'm all the way up to season 3. So yeah, I'm just talking about the whole series of Power with Ghost as the main character.
Yeah.
you've been hearing rumors about them maybe bringing him back.
Well, they can't.
I think that they can't, but they're so outrageous on the show as it is anyway.
Yeah, because
Tommy
when
and
Kanan
Tasha-
came back, I was like, remember when that nigga was in the burning crib? They came back, I was
them
like,
up. They like,
come on,
they're
cuz.
trying to trap somebody in.
That's when I
Somebody
started.
break
That's when I
out.
started checking out Power. Like, come on, bro, what we doing?
Well, Tommy and Tasha showed up in the
way
finale.
worse.
Tommy and Tasha showed up in the finale.
Yeah,
Did they?
yeah,
Tariq's James fucking Bond. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Like, the nigga has Tariq has a full-time job. He's a full-time student.
and he's a kingpin.
He runs a whole drug enterprise.
An international drug problem.
International drug enterprise.
Wait,
Yeah.
He got 6 chicks.
how many hours do we have? in
I
the
don't.
day?
It's 72
And he still makes it to class to debate every
every day,
Wednesday.
and he's the most articulate one in the class. It's so outrageous. Like, I don't know what the fuck 50 got going on, but that is
And
terrible.
let me
program.
ask y'all this, because I think it's marketing, and 50 can cut the shit. Stars, 2-3 years in a row, your finales is not leaking. Like, come on, man, you're not fooling me. And people really fall for it every
Yeah,
time and go searching.
I think it's 50 that's leaking it.
They're picking. Stars is doing this. Like,
No,
I've never seen a
I think
show.
it's 50 who's because he's been beefing with Stars again. He said he ain't bringing no more programming to Stars. All of a sudden, the shit it's 50.
But have y'all ever seen a show leak? Like, I've never seen a
Not
show
like this.
leak.
Every time.
It's 50.
No, have y'all ever
Curtis
seen
Jackson.
any show leak? Like,
No, never.
Get the fuck out of here, Curtis Jackson. This
So,
ain't albums, nigga.
Howard done did it 3 times. 50 is taking the music formula. That's what 50 is over there doing.
But he fucking up their numbers.
This ain't the blog era,
Yeah,
nigga.
because I mean, you don't got to watch it on their programming no more. You watch the
Niggas-
leaked version.
But I refuse to watch it on YouTube. Like,
Yeah, niggas
I
watching
wait.
on YouTube and all types
Oh
of shit.
yeah, I'm not. It's not good enough of a show for me to be watching the leaked version of it.
I'm out of shows now. You know, like I said, so I'm back running
Yeah,
shit.
you
'Cause
gotta get Apple TV Plus.
I got it. I just don't. I've never
A lot of good shows.
tapped
man.
into anything.
I mean, they do nothing but win awards on that network.
Now, I will tell you a movie that I started watching today. I'm going to go back home and restart it because it was getting busy. Speaking of ghosts, he's in the movie with Jennifer Lopez called The Mother. This movie looked crazy. On Netflix, she's like a super spy, assassin type chick, and he's in the FBI. From the first 30, 40 minutes that I seen, it was super, super dope. So I'm going to go back and watch that again tonight. It's the holiday weekend. Happy Memorial Day.
You watch a lot of TV.
Oh yeah, TV is. I keep cable. You know what I mean? Like that's something I'm always do. They're gonna always run that jig up on me and get $100+ Like my shit is back up to $110
I'm
a
about to
month.
spend $250 on the goddamn NFL Sunday ticket here this week.
I can't do it on the NFL. Like I got that site that I go to watch the games. Like
See,
I can't. do
here's my thing. My dad always gets on me about this.
Mm-hmm.
I pay for convenience. That's what I'm paying for. Like, yeah, I can use that website or whatever, but I want to just be able to come in my house, no
turn it
buffering,
on.
just cut it on.
Right.
Fuck
I feel
that.
it because a lot of shit is like that for me. Before last thing, and we're out of here.
Like, I pay for fights. I don't have time to be. Should be fucking up.
Song of the summer right now, and I know it's not summertime yet, but and Trav, you would know more than any of us. But right now, I feel like Lotto is winning with song of the summer right now.
So what song is that?
Rip me out the plastic.
Oh, that's her?
Brand new.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's going.
What is it? Play it. Play
Yeah,
it.
I'm about to play it. That shit. She's fucking.
But
up,
Lotto been fucking the streets up all year.
Hey,
bro.
her marketing is incredible. I see ads for her on Instagram all the time.
Lotto keep a record.
Let me pop off. Leave club, sloppy drunk, come home and get my rocks out.
She fucking up. Like, I'm seeing niggas play this.
Yeah.
I'm definitely seeing the chicks, but She got one. And it don't hurt that she cold as fuck. She's so like, Lotto's so thick. Like, it. Oh my God, bro.
Relax.
Yeah, I gotta relax. I gotta chill.
Relax.
Lotto one of the ones where you look at her and get intimidated looking at her. Like, that's how cold she is.
Relax.
I got that as the early song right now, the Summer Trap. How you feel? Do you run that off at all?
Hell yeah, that shit. Nigga ripped me out the plastic. I've been acting brand new. Go
Man,
nuts.
hey, and that might be one of the best lines I've heard.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I ain't gonna front.
That's a crazy
That
bar.
is a crazy bar, bro.
That's a crazy
I
bar.
ain't gonna front.
Yeah. Shit. Pound Town still go crazy.
Pound Town does.
And Nikki hopped on the remix.
Women been running the summer for the last like what 3-4?
Because I went mad at what the City Girls did on Diddy's new record. Like, I
They've
wish
been
it was
running
their
rap
record.
and R&B for the last 3 years
Yeah,
straight.
but-
Niggas
yeah.
ain't paying
Maybe a
attention.
little longer for real. Like
Yeah.
What other music have y'all heard anything? Like, I know we ain't outside as much, but is there any other record that y'all like? Nah,
that's the. I mean, I ain't even be outside, but every time I get on IG, that's the first thing I'm fucking.
everything. Like,
We
down
just
my timeline, like even the local chicks, like when they making their videos with the
Yeah.
music.
I didn't know who it was. I just.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's
who is
Lotto.
this? I didn't know that.
The first time I heard it was just
Big Lotto.
Big Lotto.
the biggest.
Um,
I just want to let put it out there. I think the Dirk album is trash.
yeah, Dirk did drop. I was leaning on Dez or even yourself, you know, because this is Dirky or what they call him, Smirky.
No, not really, because he had a damn near classic album, and Dez didn't really tap in the last.
No, I went and checked it out.
Me talking about, I
No,
did
because
this.
I did after you said, but no,
Oh
because because y'all niggas was front on Dirk, and then all of a sudden Reese was like, Dirk is one of them ones. I was like, hold on, you was just satisfied. You
never
feel me?
fronted on Dirk.
Yes, you
Like, we
did.
gonna record the tapes.
Yes, you
Listen,
did.
and we know we won't replay the tapes. But the thing is, I think what it was there is that you said Polo G was Diamond. That's
No,
what you
y'all was fronting on Dirk and y'all
You
fronting on
tainted
Polo
the whole
G.
conversation.
No, y'all
And
fronting on
Polo G got
Polo
one
G.
right now too.
Yeah,
that
but y'all was
I
fronting
love.
on both of them. Y'all was fronting on both of them.
The
I
John
wasn't front on
Morant
Polo G. I
record.
said he wasn't diamond in anything in his life
was.
other than his chain that he.
Well, maybe the internet lied to me.
It's possible.
Let me give y'all this Polo G record that I've been fucking with Travis. Let me ask you if
How you
you
find these records?
Sirius Satellite, like
Okay.
Who Kid runs everything on his show. And like I said, if I'm not listening to podcasts, I got it on Shade 45. But
I find a lot of my music on social media.
what you doing with this? Don't look at it. I just want to know if you.
I'm looking.
I ain't heard that one.
Polo G, Nord, Rick. Doug, I know you tapped there. I know niggas shoot shit off the court like John Morant.
Sounds great.
This shit right here.
I thought you were talking about this Polo G song.
I like where music is at, man. Like, I know these young boys is the content is not necessarily.
Bitch, what up?
That shit rang off.
Did y'all see
What's up,
G Duck's mom reaching out to Dirk? Y'all think that's a jig? Like she trying.
that's what she
Everybody
do.
saying she trying to line them up.
That's what she
She
did.
Oh, she did.
She stayed on the internet.
She got a whole show that she do.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
See, I ain't
yeah.
tapped in.
I mean,
she
after
stayed.
he sent me down this rabbit hole, try.
Yeah.
I'm tapped in.
Speaking of
This
this,
is the nigga from Columbus.
What's his name?
yeah, let's shout him out.
Mo Fago.
Fago.
Because Jamon was like, Jamon loves him.
Look like EKT is heating back up. EKT 40. Meek is putting him in a lot of nice looks. He's giving him a lot of nice looks. That's it, fellas. I'm glad we back. Real quick, playlist. Are we done with it? Playlist is rest in peace to the playlist or what?
I don't know why you're saying this. I don't know why are you saying this?
I'm asking y'all, like, because the people.
You don't want to go out the way you went out.
We left a void there. Like I want the playlist to come back. I enjoyed it. You know, I know it got competitive. I know we went away from some of us went away from our integrity and what we wanted to put on these lists.
No, who went away from the integrity?
I know I did a little bit,
I
slightly,
definitely did.
slightly. You know, but I can admit that. But what y'all want to do? Do y'all want to? Are we bringing the playlist back?
Yes.
What are we doing this week?
I can't wait to do a live show and
Make
do
it
y'all dirty at a
what
live
you want
show.
on the playlist, nigga. What we doing?
What we doing?
You're supposed to be picking.
No, I picked last time.
No, you did. No,
Yeah.
no, you didn't.
Yeah,
Because you said you on the last show. Because y'all listen to the show. The last show, you were supposed to pick, and you said we need to get into our deep cuts, but we never set the parameters. That's what happened last show.
Oh, shit. Well, we already did chick hip hop, right?
Yeah, we did.
That's the last one we did.
Got killed with the Kaya.
Oh yeah, you say my neck, my back, you was bugging out.
Yeah, super bugging out. But you that song from Eve.
I think it's something tonight.
Right. Let's not forget about I Got It, Man. Like that's you had that.
It's terrible.
All right,
And
so
you got second place, which is insane.
don't fret. Listen, listeners, we are coming back with the playlist. The playlist will be out again this week. Trav said he's going to think of a topic. Fellas, it's good to be back. You know, we haven't been here as a collective.
Might
So
do
like
backpack rap.
and,
I'm about to go.
you want to get it? We can get into that bag. It might be a struggle for somebody, huh? Like, I don't know when Central Park can hang with that.
Who?
Backpack.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
You talking about Black Star listening to the Kid Blaze who grew up on Black Star, nigga?
That's mainstream Backpack.
Man, so what? So what?
The most mainstream backpack shit ever.
Fuck y'all, man.
But nigga threw Black Star out there like he thought he was deep in the jam. Nigga playing 3 of Diamonds.
He had a joker. Oh, he got the jack. I got Black Star.
Queen ain't playing Jesse King.
You gonna play that jack already, my nigga?
Yeah, I don't think Blaze gonna have to do with that.
It's gonna be 3 playlists. They ain't gonna do 4.
Jesse gonna be, well, Ali.
Hey, and don't be mad.
Just to get by. Just to get by.
Miss
Hey, that's
Fat
my
Booty.
shit too.
Miss Fat Booty.
Put your hands. Simon said, "Put your hands up."
Da, 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 da.
Don't be mad when I win.
Hey, and that shit will win too. What the fuck?
That's because most niggas think that's deep fucking this backpack.
They gonna do their prayers. It's bigger than here. Ha, hit, ha.
Most pop ass backpack rappers ever.
Absolutely. Y'all just picked my list. Thank you.
Hell no.
I'm gonna be honest. If I don't see self-destruction, I need a fade on somebody's list.
Self-destruct.
Oh, that's not deep enough. Where we going? Yeah, that's not deep enough.
Nah.
No, I think it's something, man.
I guarantee you that it's going to have the lowest engagement of any of our players.
We're not doing no
No,
backpack shit.
and the reason why it
I'm
might
saying.
work right now though because
I'm
we ain't
definitely
put one
doing
out
Gangstar
in
Mass
2.
Appeal.
Fire, nigga. Fucking fire, nigga.
That's my
But
shit.
I think it might work.
But that ain't mainstream.
It's super mainstream.
Okay.
Master Bill ain't
Master Bill
mainstream.
is not mainstream.
Gangstar is though.
No, but the Master Bill record.
Master Bill record is not mainstream.
Right.
Not as much as
Not as much as those records, no.
No, but yeah, Master Bill is not like a popular big record.
That's a nigga. Hip hop heads is gonna respect. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big to the backpackers.
Yeah,
You know,
I might even tap
I'm
in.
getting
Like,
into my boot camp quick if we do that. But like I said, I want
all
to
my heads. Are you ready?
out of here.
damn, like I'm getting to all that. But I think that they will be engagement because we've been off for a couple of weeks.
How many MCs must get this?
It should be some fun though. But you think on it like
I would
it
think
ain't
on it,
necessarily
man.
got to be that. That's all I got, fellas. Like I said,
sounds like a terrible
it
playlist.
feels good to be back.
Hey, yo, fuck you, nigga.
I'm struggling so bad with the allergies, but you know it's that time. But
Yeah.
I'm glad we back. Y'all got anything? Any announcements? Anything that we missed? Anything that's pressing? Anything that we need to put out there to the people? And again, we love y'all. We back. I know niggas was on our ass, pause, like, but you know we got lives.
We back.
We like to take little breaks here and there. Y'all can't be the only ones taking breaks. You know what I mean? Like so.
Please, I got years to feed.
You feel me? Anything? So anybody got anything in closing?
Nope.
All right, with that said, listen, we out. We get with y'all. Happy Memorial Day. Listen, the cookouts tomorrow. You listen to this. Right now, you're listening to it. Invite a nigga up. Hit a nigga's phone. Hit
Invite
a nigga.
a nigga.
I did get invited to 2 cookouts already, you know, so
I
hopefully
didn't
they
get
don't.
invited to none.
But you had to roll out to get it though.
Huh?
You didn't roll out to get it.
I did, you know, so, but that was just me, you know, letting niggas know it's that time. But, you know, a couple of invites did come through, so I'm anticipating that. Hopefully the time don't conflict with each other. But that's all I got, fellas, man. Again, salute. I'm glad we back. It's good to see y'all niggas. It's good to hear that everybody's in good spirits and doing good things, big shit. You know, keep it up. But next week, my son graduate.
Congrats, man.
Super excited about that. One down, one to go.
God bless.
Fellas, we out.
Peace.
Peace.
Shit. I want.
Hold on.
What are we talking about?